So, as of last session, shortly after your escape from the slave pens of Falconvelth, you and your fellow fugitives discovered the ancient tomb of Bryce's Keem, a Netherese sorceress. You raided her tomb and came into possession of a gilded sentient sword, the hilt of which is solid gold, calling itself Dawnbringer, whose blade manifests as a radiant shard of sunlight. Ascending back out of this mausoleum, you follow in the wake of Prince Darendil and Eldeth, who have taken the lead to scout ahead. As you exit out of the tomb, Dawnbringer emits a shrill note of warning as a volley of half a dozen crossbow bolts whistle out of the dark ahead and bite into your companions and in your direction. One arrow sort of ricochets against Duma's slave collar and shatters from the impact. Several bolts pierce Prince Darendil himself, bringing him down to his knees before the mountain dwarf, the shield maiden, leaps forth to bulwark the Quaggoth. Ahead in the shadows, the red eyes of several ambushing drow glint with predatorial malice. Amid them, a woman with many symmetrical pairs of spider-like eyes weaves a pattern of arcane strands in a web-like pattern as she chants a spell, causing these motes of light to appear near you like droplets of water upon silk strands. It seems a pack of scouts has picked up your trail, tracked you down, and laid a trap. So, yeah, as you guys had a week to come to consensus here, what is your action from here?
We wish to flee.
Okay. In that case, this will be a chase sequence. I'm gonna go ahead and line you guys up like so. Copy you over to our chase scene. Does anybody have vision of like the screen as is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Start's missing for anybody else.
No, I can see Dart.
Cool. And then we have your chasing quarry. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Bear with me, I've prepared for combat. Chase will take me just a second to set up.
No worries. When I saw like Brooke with -3, I was like, hell no. Hell no.
Oh, it's because I clicked on the modifiers without, like, just the modifiers, so they just say -3.
No, yeah, but still, like, it's a lot for...
Okay, so a chase, then, I'll explain this mechanically, is a skill challenge. Those of you who played my campaigns before know a skill challenge is like a rapid way to narratively make the encounter flow forward. So as we begin chase, I'll put on some combat music. There we are. That's much better. And we will start with the pursuers about 50 feet behind their quarry as they descend upon you. Does anybody want to help me out with this and just draw me a straight white line with like a ruler-like setup, numbering it going up by tens from 1 to 100? You can just do that along the top side of the screen as I set this up. And feel free to use the drawing tool.
There's the ruler. Oh, can't do that.
You'll be making various checks. It's up to you to choose which type of skill to use for each check as you encounter different... I think you misunderstood what I was asking. There's a drawing tool you can use, right?
Yeah, I was just trying to figure it out. 10, freehand 10. Oh, never mind. Ivan's got it.
Cool. Alrighty then. Throughout this chase, you can use dash action, as always, to gain speed ahead. Otherwise, you can use your skills and spells and attacks as you would in combat. If you wish to hide away, that's a stealth check versus their passive perception, etc. We will start by ruling initiative if you have not already.
19.
Okay, my token. Initiative 17.
Yeah, that works. Perfect. 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100.
God damn. Okay, I'm getting it out of the way, okay?
Beautiful. 10, 20, 30. Look at that. That works. Awesome. Alrighty then. So, I'm gonna arrange initiative now from top to bottom. At the top of the round, we have one of the Drow scouts rush ahead, chasing you guys, letting go 2 arrows that he sort of twinned at the very edge of his short bow, and he lets loose 2 arrow bolts at one at Duma and one at Flint. Duma, it's going to be a 9 to hit, missing, and a second short bow string goes loose for 12 to hit against Flint.
Yeah, I'm so small. It flies past me.
Exactly. A second scout will take his action to dash forward, attempting to catch up with the lot of you guys. He's going to proceed 10 feet closer, gaining distance on you guys. Duma, go ahead and roll me a d20 for a complication as you continue running, fleeing along with the fugitives.
18.
You dash forward, gaining some distance on the drow, not far away enough to be out of their line of sight and hide away. You continue to chase, thankfully suffering no complication on your turn. You may use your action as you will, and once you're done that, you can roll a d20, which will apply to the next person after you.
Okay, for my action, I'm actually going to turn around, and wherever they're going to have to run through like a narrow area, I'm going to cast Entangle.
Alright, that will apply on the next scout's turn. As you
Yep. I'll run forward. I have nothing else to do on my bonus action.
That's alright. Roll me a d20.
D20.
Okay.
Oh shit.
Flint, as you dash forth, dodging bolts left and right, uneven ground littered with these glowing green mushrooms threaten to slow your progress. Make me an acrobatics check using your dexterity, if you will, to navigate the area.
17.
17. You manage to navigate the area just fine, avoiding these mushrooms. You have your action. Dashing makes you gain distance, otherwise using your action can maybe impede them.
Okay, so... I'm gonna use my action to become an elk. You see, like, Flint start like roaring, antlers start appearing from his head. The scales fall off, and boom, he's an elk. And I think that's my action. I cannot do anything else.
Fair enough. As you become an elk, I'm gonna check its speed real quick. If
50.
it's 50, you gain distance because your movement speed changes. Can I
My
get
initial speed is 40 for the first turn, by the way, if that makes a difference.
It does.
Now it's 30.
The scout behind you takes aim with his poison bolt, attempting to incapacitate you with an arrow. The first shot is at Eric for 16 to hit. Against
16
Eric.
hits.
16 hits. Suffer 6 piercing damage.
Okay.
A second shot sails through and aimed at Brooke. 15 to hit against Brooke. I believe she will easily use her monk skills to dodge out of that, right?
Yeah. She kind of does like she like hears the whistle and does like a quick like duck to one side and it just whistles past her ear.
Very nice. Eric, your turn.
Okay. I'm gonna draw the Dawnbreaker. And I'm just gonna run with the forward with the sword in my hand so that the light is protecting us to the extent of its ability. Out to 30 feet around me.
You hear audible gasps from the Drow scouts as they squint at the sunlight now blazing before them. Yep.
Okay. And I'm gonna use my action to dash.
Alright. Gaining distance. Another drow at the back of the group uses action to gain distance. The caster among them, the one with many eyes, completes her weaving spell and chant as she sends forth a sprawling net of webbing at the group of you. Can I get each and every one of you to make me a DC 12 dexterity save to try and dodge out of this sailing web?
Ooh, shit.
I shared
Nine.
the same dex, so 17.
Said 12, right? So I still meet and beat. Woo.
Those of you who don't make the save, unfortunately, are affected by the web. Restrained.
Oh, it's strength, not dex.
It's whatever I said. So we have Eric and we have Duma, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Restrained by webbing.
Yep.
Got the icons back for all our tokens and stuff. As she completes her webbing spell, restraining you in place, she will keep on running at her usual speed. As Brooke takes her turn.
So Brooke,
Go on. Yep.
so for her bonus action, she is going to shift once more. You see these hackles that weren't there before appear, and some additional fur around her ears and down her arms appear. As she takes on a bit, an even more canine appearance. And for her action, seeing that some of her companions are entangled, will briefly turn around as she continues to run and throws. She picks one of her fireballs, picks off the necklace, and she throws it at the nearest drow. Fireball spell. I added that spell to my sheet, but I guess not. Excuse me, I'm sorry. So that's 150 feet.
You toss it at the pursuing drow. Okay.
Yes.
They're gonna go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw against the effect of the exploding fireball. Let's make them public. Dexterity saves. Do I have anything innately that I can use for this? Nope. Okay. From top to bottom, we have these four drow. Yep.
I was gonna say, I'm not sure what the DC save would be.
So, as I
It's
said last
15.
session, it's 15. It's also in the handout, and you can add to your sheet to remember if you want under your item, but it's in the handout. So we have from top to bottom 1, 2, 3, 4. Makes it, fails and fails for the bottom 2 here. What's the damage you rolled for the fireball? As
It
a
is
plume of
a
fire plus 4.
60 Oh, sorry, I did that backwards. This way, it's
86.
86.
Mhm.
So this was this. So it is a total of 25. And on a fail, they take half, so 12.
Okay, as the two of the front ones leap out of the way of the incoming blazing bead of living fire, they see it coming and they leap out behind a rock. The other two are too late to react as the explosion sends them back, and the plum of fire spreads out, leaving nothing but smoke. It settles. There's ash and 2 corpses now lying on the ground as 2 of them have fallen.
Then she takes her full movement, 40 feet. And she keeps running.
Excellent. Moving at 40 feet, you're faster than Drow, so I'll give you the chance to go ahead and gain distance as well. You have not caught up to your companions who are webbed, approaching Eric and then Duma right a little bit in front of them. You hear shouts in Elvish as panic spreads among the scouts, and rage keep pressing forth, checking their allies if they're surviving, but nope, never had a chance. Balak will go
Can
ahead.
I hear what they're shouting?
Yes, they're calling each other's names. The 2 who died are named Jazrid and Hunameth, brothers in arms.
Okay.
They were through the academy together, spent years learning to be ascended as elite warriors, but never quite made it. There they are, stuck in their station to die at the hands of this fox woman, this
Jazrid and
filthy
Hanameth?
surface dweller. Jazrid and Hanameth. Alrighty then. So, beginning next round, I have 2 shortbow attacks. One is against Duma, who is restrained. So I have 19 to strike against Duma.
Are they getting entangled first or no? So that I do have the spell up.
You do, yes. So I have to roll against that. What, dexterity?
I believe so. Yes, I did link it to chat. I'll double check to make sure I'm correct.
Entangle is strength check.
Strength. I will take their strength modifiers
that's
of 0, so that's a 6 and a 10.
6 and a 10 both fail.
Okay, so they're
He's
restrained.
14. Yes.
Okay, so with a disadvantageous roll, the first arrow misses you as they're fighting the restraints. The other one is going to go ahead and... Can I slash against these entangling roots?
Yes, I believe so. The creature
You cannot
in area-
attack. You need to do a strength check to break
Strength
out
check.
of it.
Oh, strength chest.
Uses its action.
Yeah. Let's use the action to try break 3.
I rolled a 7. They remained restrained as you gain more distance thanks to that well thought of spells. Okay, so we have restrained, and restrained. What's the area of it? 20 square feet?
Yeah.
I'll make a rule just for sake of this. It's strength saving throw against a spell, right?
Yeah.
Webwalker, but not Vine Walker. Oof, 8. Okay. Good restrain.
Thank you.
Restrained, the second scout will take disadvantageous shots at Duma trying to break the spell. Being practiced with magic, these drow will attempt to break the spellcaster's concentration with a 13 and a 14
It's
to
missed.
hit. Good. Duma, go ahead and roll me a d20, please. There's another complication that is encountered while you're enwebbed.
Oh, 18!
Nice. Which makes sense. You never moved from the last spot almost, so
Yeah.
you're still in the same zone. While you don't gain distance, you get an opportunity to break out of your enwebbings. Web is susceptible to fire damage, as you would know. Other than that, it's a DC 12 strength check to burst out of these webs on success.
Can I attack the webs instead?
Of course.
Because my strength is utterly trash. Instead, I'll cut down at the webbing at my feet. Is that disadvantage or normal?
You're restrained.
So disadvantage.
Yes.
Short sword. Oh, I don't know why the -5
It's okay.
on there.
Unfortunately, 9 does not quite get through the thick webbings as your sword gets stuck into some of the webs and you have to wedge it out. You will need a little bit of help with getting out of this webbing. That's unfortunately one action wasted.
That's my only action I have. I guess I'll use it. Don't worry. All you guys will see all of a sudden black wings shoot out from Duma's back. They then come down over his front, enveloping for a moment, and then they vanish. And where you saw Duma, raven feathers fall. And then 30 feet ahead, Duma's going to appear out of raven wings that open up. And I'm going to be using the blessing of the Raven Queen. And
Oops.
he's just going to look ahead, smile, and what you see around him is purple magic essentially shifting across his armor, body, and across his mask. And right now, for this one turn, he's resistance against slashing and bludgeoning and piercing.
Very nice. Becoming semi-ethereal. Yep.
Then he's going to run 30 feet.
Very nice. Flint, pursued as you are in your elk form, go ahead and roll me a d20 as you keep on rushing forward. 17. You encounter no complication this turn as you keep on dashing forward. Gain distance on Drow, you have your action. What would you like to do?
As my action, I'll summon my Wildfire Spirit. It will appear on top of the head of Eric that is trapped. And they are gonna fly down. And with their action, will teleport Eric out of the webbing. You see, like, you explode and reappear in a blast.
How far ahead, Ivan?
15 feet, he will reappear, sorry.
Okay. Eric, your Lorian, your character is willing, right?
Yep.
That helps you gain some distance.
Yeah. That's my action. And if I can run, I run. If not, I'll stay.
If you use your action, just run at your normal speed because they're restrained, the Drow don't gain any distance on you guys, but you keep on the chase. Just bear with me here. Is how
Okay.
chess mechanics work.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah. That's who's that? Jezra. Jezra is dead. Eric, on your turn, go ahead and roll me a d20 as you reappear in a plum flames ahead with the fire spirit right beside you. Little Chewinga 16. Yeah, you suffer no complications as you keep on running through these tunnels, laced as they are with this purple, yellow, green phaserous lights on either side of the walls. What would you like to do as an action?
Eric is gonna well, he's just gonna use his movement to keep running at pace with his party. As he looks back over his shoulder at them, it says they're not as capable as I was expecting them to be. Do we want to just take them out?
Brooke looks up at him, trailing behind him slightly, now that he's teleported forward. And he's like, I don't think we should count ourselves lucky just yet. Just because I got a lucky shot in doesn't mean they'll go down that easily.
Fair enough. Let's keep running for now. But once we lose track of them, I want to get back and get the clothes of the fallen too.
I will say this though: there's a chance that they're going to recover their comrades to raise them from dead. We have a feeling that we know that Elvira has that capability.
Well, I am just one voice. As she kind of shouts as she's still running. So what do you guys think? I'm just one person, but I'll go with the group.
Okay, guys, Logan's 6 seconds of my life. Anything you want to do else on your turn, Eric?
I'm gonna as I'm moving, using my 30 feet movement to move over. I'm gonna extend the range of my sunlight by another 10 feet.
10 feet.
Total.
Sounds good. The light increases in intensity as the caster among them squints her 4 eyes and forms a symbolic arcane gesture in the air. She butterflies her fingers out, and from her palms, a spray of insects, a dark cloud, sprays forth, buzzing. Who's the back? Okay, odds evens. Odds is Brooke. Evens is Ivan in elk form. Okay. As this insect plague spell spreads forth in a cone toward you, Ivan, swarming, biting locusts fill the area around you in a sphere. The whole area around you becomes obscured as Eric's light is swallowed. You are deafened by the buzzing of it all, and then you begin to feel it. Your elk form getting stung from all directions. Make me a Constitution saving throw, please. The DC is probably high. 14.
Okay.
Wow.
Nice.
Not 20.
Nice. You, I believe, taking half as much damage. Yeah, you take 10 piercing damage from the insect plague around you. As it sort of cascades around you and continues flying forward. As she's concentrating on a spell, sort of commanding this insect plague in a swarm. I'll go ahead and place a little token for this. I think I have an insect swarm token here somewhere. I have bats. I have Grimishkas. If I have nothing else, I'll just put it on whatever. Ooh, this is good. Yeah, that's wonderful. There we go.
Beautiful.
And they'll swarm ahead in a cloud. That's concentration for her. And then she has to take an action to break out of those roots, right?
Yep.
Still entangled. Okay. She doesn't take any bludgeoning damage from the entangled, does she?
No.
Okay. It's going to be the end of that Arcanomancer's turn. As she's holding on to the spell. Ooh, she's gonna do something cool with her bonus action, actually. She, holding onto the spell, is gonna begin to magically transform, her body twisting like something out of a horror movie, growing out these spindly legs out of her back that get arced and get placed around her and lift her up, beginning to sort of tear roots as she's still entangled, but slowly and surely she begins to like turn herself into this like large spider arachnid form. So that's gonna be that spider form activated. I'm just making sure there's nothing else for a stat block. Okay. Brooke, go ahead and roll me a d20 if you don't mind. 18. What would you like to do with your action?
Do once more, grab another fireball, throw it back.
What's the range of a throw you can do? 60 feet?
150.
There's no way you can throw 150 feet. What's the... Okay, I'll just read the item. I understand what the spell says. That's not what I'm asking. I'm asking how far can you throw a bead of fireballs. Which the item, I think, says 60.
60 feet.
Nice. Okay. So right at the end of your range. Very nice. Okay. Who do you aim it at? The giant spider or two scouts? You have a choice here.
At the scouts, it does a 20-foot radius from wherever it hits. So.
You know what? I don't care. We can hit all of them. She has enough HP. Dexterity saving throw. Okay. Roll damage. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Wouldn't they all be at a disadvantage? Yeah. Sorry.
Yes. And then we have her. Just toggle on the disadvantage. Whisper toggle, advantage toggle. That's a lot of damage. What is that, 22?
It's only, yeah, it's 22. Yep.
Oof. 22 total damage.
The damage is D6, not D8.
It's 8, it's 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're good. Alrighty then.
And then
As you singe away, the roots beneath them ignite, and you set them aflame like a witch trial. 2 more fall.
And Brooke continues to run.
Duma, at the beginning of your turn, go ahead and roll me a d20, please. As you continue on into the further chambers, into the darkness.
16.
You guys are rolling like gods. Nice. What would you like to do with your action?
Duma's gonna look back and say, "We're still running." Looking at Flint's head to see if it's a nod or a shake.
Your choice. You just see a round circle. Take that as you will.
Till he sees everybody else turn and run, he's just going to keep running and dashing.
Okay. So you're taking an action dash?
Yeah.
Okay. You are, at this point, 100 minus... No, you're still within the range of vision, believe it or not. Drow, man. You can still see the glint of their infrared vision eyes in the dark. If you can see all their pupils, they can still see you, and you can't hide, unfortunately. But you gain distance. Anything else on your turn?
Action dash. No, I got nothing else. No other bonuses to do.
Okay, Flint, d20, please.
Of course.
Somebody roll less than 10, please. Damn.
11. No complications for you. Yeah, like he starts charging through the plague of insects, and after he sees the light of the Dawnbringer, he will run near it, and with the bonus action he will teleport.
Nice.
And if you allow it, Eric too with him.
Okay, so you're using action to dash, right?
Yeah, action to dash.
Yeah, it makes you gain plenty of distance because your running speed is like 50 feet or something like crazy like that for elks. I'm pretty sure elk movement speed is 50 feet. Woof. And then Eric, bonus action, unless you resist it, you gain distance as well.
Mhm.
Very nice.
That's all for me.
Okay. Eric, at the beginning of your turn, D20. Damn.
50% chance for things bad to happen, and we're rolling heads every time.
Mm-hmm.
Love it.
It's fixed it.
Eric is gonna say, well, if we can deal with all of them before the reinforcements come, we can hide and maybe ambush the next group that comes.
I'm game for anything. I don't mind killing them. She is a monstrosity, but then again, keep in mind she's probably going to be strong.
She took a fireball straight to the face, and it doesn't even look like it hurt her.
That is true. Yeah, let's just keep moving for now. He's gonna dash.
Dash. No problem. Go ahead and move you ahead. As you dash out of the range of the flying spiders, I guess. Flying swarm spiders. Xalith will take her turn. Bonus action, control the swarm toward... I'm sorry, Brooke, but you're at the back of the group. It's going to be towards you. Can I get Brooke to... what was it? Checking spells. Opening up my spell book. Insect bag. Yeah, con. DC 14.
Here we go.
Oof.
Resurrection.
You're not dead. You just might be poisoned.
Take 23 piercing damage.
Ooh.
I think I have some temporary hit points.
Very nice. Still up, surprised. Xalf will go ahead and, in her spider form, attempt a strength check to get out of the webbings. I don't think giant spider form gives her any... Oh, it does. Plus what? Strength. 17 versus the entanglement.
Oh, that would break it. I have 14.
Okay. Whether it was burnt away and now crispy, it's frail, or she's just that strong, she breaks away out of that, keeping concentration on the spell. That's going to be the end of her turn. As you guys are gaining much distance, almost far enough away to hide away. Brooke, beginning of your turn, D20 please. Let's hope that you get something above or 11 itself. Oof, nice. You guys getting all the good rules out of the way now, I guess. You fortunately don't, aside from the swarming insects that deafen and nearly blind you around you, what would you like to do on your turn?
We're gonna action dash 80.
Very nice. 80 feet? That's getting you on
40, so
nice. That's getting you on par with Eric in position. As you're outrunning an elk. Just Naruto running forward.
The running pose. Go! Monk. I love that Monk also, her speed will continue to increase.
Yep. Okay, so that's bonus action dash or action dash? Because you have, I think, Step of the Wind too.
That's key, not a bonus action. And
Okay.
I don't feel like pushing at this point, so definitely gonna just be just action.
All right. If that'll be the end of your turn, I'm gonna move ahead right to Duma.
I'll roll a d20. 13.
13. Lucky duck.
Because we're running, I'll dash.
I feel so much pressure now. I don't want to be the first one to roll below a 10.
You jinx yourself, man. Yeah, I'll dash and say keep running. Is there any darkness ahead? Or,
Always.
As I'm running, I would like to slip into the darkness and just keep running. Just so, like, if we have any creatures ahead of us that rely on dark vision, Duma goes invisible.
Okay, so for the sake of this, you sleep in darkness and become invisible to dark vision creatures.
Yeah.
Okay. Action dashing?
Just keep running. Yeah.
Okay. Flint. D20. Oh, finally. As you rush forth, you step on a hidden glyph of warding, a trap laid here by the drow likely. It bursts with a sudden flash of bright light, and you're covered in fairy fire. You have disadvantage on checks made to hide. The drow focus their attacks on you.
Okay. Flint will dash with what color I'm glowing?
Choose purple, blue, green.
In a purple glow.
You're a
See an
purple
elk.
guy. Purple,
Yeah,
purple elk.
Yeah, and he dash forward
Hot pink.
once more. Yeah, again bonus action, blink away. And I like to imagine that Eric is but that's
I'm getting dizzy from what?
from all the teleports. Like,
Oh.
like,
A little disorienting. Yeah.
Very nice. Good strat for Chase. Alright, Eric, as you puff forth in a burst of purple flames, would you like to roll me a d20 to see if you are impeded by anything other than that? Ooh, okay.
Oh no.
Teleport not very much controlled in this dash for your life. As you apparate before you, you run through the swarm of stinging razor-winged wasps that have somehow chased you to here, or maybe it's new wasp ahead of you. Their bodies sort of like aglow with this eerie bioluminescence. They cascade through the inky blackness like ethereal lanterns, and then they descend upon you. Their iridescent trails weaving like this hypnotic tapestry of light amid the shadows, and their frenzied like buzzing, just drowning all sound, and as these countless wings blur out vision around a deadly dance. Each wasp, a needle-sharp sentinel, will still sting you. It's going to be a dexterity 10 dexterity save. DC 10 dexterity save.
Okay.
Remember that on your turns, guys, whenever chase happens, you can also use your action to like somehow deal with the scenario you encounter. Like, I bring out a torch, I wave it around, or whatever. Like you can use your action. You'll just be sacrificing speed if you do so. But nonetheless, a dexterity save of 16 does save against piercing damage. This is full blow for 44 halved. Piercing damage. As you dodge the worst of it, it's going to be it's 5 piercing damage against Eric.
Yep.
As you have your action. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna cut at the swarm thing around me. As I'm still running forward, I'm gonna try and cut through the swarm attacking me.
Okay, go ahead and roll an attack. Hits. I'm just looking something up real quick. Specifically, I'm looking for the HP of this one. How much damage did you deal? 13 radiant damage. As you burn away at over like half a swarm, most of them scatter about.
Nice.
13, so 22 minus 13 is what, guys? Half.
9.
Thanks. It's HP
I'm
remaining.
gonna, yep, just keep using my movement to keep going forward, and I'm gonna second wind. I need to edit this actually real quick. I forgot to edit that with my bonus action.
Very nice.
Both healing. Nice. That's my turn.
Okay. Freed from her restraints, the giant spider form arachne-like creature is going to go ahead and dash forth, chasing you guys. I have to roll to recharge this. Okay. Rolled 1d6. 5 or 6, please. Nice. The spider recharges its web attack and throws forth webbing ahead of it. It's gonna be a disadvantageous attack. against Brooke. 1d20 plus 8. Roll twice. 14 to hit against Brooke, rather. I think misses.
Yeah.
The webbing sails and just kind of splatters against a nearby wall, making it all sticky-like. Other than that, the creature is going to keep on dashing forth at her top speed. Brooke, top of the round, approaching. Go ahead and roll me a d20, please.
Look for me.
Okay. Avoiding the worst of his cave. What would you like to do?
Ark is going to continue to action dash and keep moving forward.
Mhm.
Right.
Yep. 2 units up. Yep.
That's it for her. She is not doing well after the swarm. You see her got a little trail going.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Do them on d20.
Well,
Five.
5.
As you guys continue running through the dangerous caves of the Underdark, you pass by a patch of these spindly mushroom growths that retreat into their chitinous shells. As they do, they defensively release a puff of spores, some of which unfortunately land straight into your eyes. Make me a DC 10 Constitution saving throw, please.
On save.
Oof.
1.
As the spores enter your eyes, you are rendered blind until the end of your next turn. Oh, until the end of this turn, rather. While blinded this way, your speed is halved, unfortunately, as you blunder about. You fall behind and the drow gain distance on you. You still have your action, though. And you're invisible, technically, to them, so...
Do these creatures have dark vision?
If they do, you're invisible to them, yeah.
Oh, so I was just... they heard something, so they shot the spores. Okay. I guess because I'm blind currently, knowing the direction,
We're
I
talking
will
about
just
mushrooms.
keep running.
Mhm.
Pardon?
I thought you were talking about mushrooms.
Yeah, that
Mushrooms just reacted to your
that's-
presence as you rush by. Probably have tremor sense or something along the lines. They feel a reverberation through the air. Yeah.
I guess Doom will just slowly rush forward, keep going forward.
Okay. Unfortunately, even with a dash, because your speed is half, you don't gain any distance. If that's all you want to do in your turn. Okay.
That's all I can really do.
Until you wipe away the spores from your eyes and regain your sight. Thankfully, the damage is not permanent. Flint, d20, please. 1.
Not 1.
Yeah. Your path takes you through a thick network of spider webbings, as it seems that the Drowess is leading you guys through a planned path, sort of like into her web. Your path takes you through a thick webbing. You run face first into like a near transparent web, and the reverberations signal another giant spider to leap forth from the shadows and strike. Make me a DC 10 strength athletics or dexterity acrobatics check, your choice, to get past the webs and not get restrained in them as you run face first into them.
Okay.
Nice.
Athletics 22.
You tear through them. As you do, the spider's still on your tail, leaping forth. Do you have any food on you?
How? What do you mean by food?
Food. Meat.
Food. I mean, it's inside my body, but yes,
Unfortunate.
I have.
Okay. I was gonna be like, you can attempt an animal handling check to distract it with like bait, but it's your call. Other than that, if you're not gonna distract it in any way, you're going to be relying on your armor class.
Yeah, I don't have anything to try to distract it in this form. Yeah, I'll try to charge through it. Pass,
Your elk form dexterously charges forth. I believe even with elk form a armor class, a 7 does not hit. I'm just ruling the garbage today.
Yeah, I'm too fast. Like the light is too purple.
Okay. Nonetheless, another enemy will spawn over yonder, and unfortunately, it rolls initiative of its own. 20. Okay. As it's on your tail at this point.
Yeah, and again with my action and bonus action, I dash forward and make Eric blink once more out of it.
Okay, so as you dash forward, I'll use your action. Never mind. Okay, you no longer see the glint of the red eyes of the drow pursuing you. You still see the beasts and swarms pursuing you. Those are still there, but you've lost sight of the drow in the darkness. Meaning, on your turn, you can attempt to stealth if you wish. Eric, you gain a bonus distance, like so. As you take your turn, you'll roll me that d20. Teamwork, yep. 16. Yeah, you have your turn.
I move, run, and take my action to dash.
Okay, fair enough. You too see the eyes of the drow disappear into darkness, appearing behind. Well, I mean, like, that you could see them. You're human.
Aren't they glowing?
Yeah,
I can sort of see,
yeah.
like, the glow disappears.
The glow disappears, yeah. You've gained so much distance that in the curves of the tunnels and stuff, you no longer see the glow. That works, yeah, exactly. Nice. You action dash, though. Okay, fair enough.
Yep.
Okay, she's gonna go ahead and attempt a check. Okay. Pursuing fourth some more. Damn, you guys like are crazy outrunning her. I don't have anything anymore within range that I can do. Damn.
Be fast.
Yeah. You are just at the mercy of the elements of the cave at this point, as she's just gonna take her action to dash forth. Damn. Wow. You've outrun everything she can throw at you. Brooke. D20 on the beginning of your turn. Nice. As you enter another dangerous section of the cave, your path takes you near a patch of these razor vine growth. Make a dexterity 15 saving throw, please, to avoid the razor vine. Yep. Very nice.
Oh,
That's
nice.
16.
You navigate through the razor vine, and you have your full action for your turn.
So she is going to try stealth. That's an action, right? Stealth.
Yeah. So go ahead and make me a hiding check versus a DC of 15.
Either way, and then
You're very sneaky. You're very good. You're like a ninja, but you just don't find any good hiding places around you. You have to proceed forward a little bit more. For sure.
Well, that was her action, and then she just continues to run. So forward.
Okay.
Just ninja fast.
Alrighty then. At this point, we've entered sort of the hiding section of the chase. You're at the mercy of the elements of the cave, as we have turn order then shift to the giant wolf spider.
Oh my god.
Pursuing at top speed. What is its speed? Yeah, it has enough speed to catch up. But so Duma, you sense a shadow looming over you as something humongous, like 8 feet across, skitters past way too silently for a creature of that size, and for a moment stops there. There's just sense reverberations, its mandibles just clicking, clacking about, and proceeds to chase the brightly lit elk ahead, just past you.
Oh shit! What was that? Oh god, spider! Oh, darkness, my friend.
The spider on your heels, Ivan is going to attempt a bite attack for 8. Oh my god.
Nice.
Nonetheless, while you're in those webs, still sort of, wading through with your antlers, trying to chop them away, it's a web walker, so it's not impeded by the webs. It gains a little bonus to its speed, just enough to attack you there. Other than that, it's Duma's turn, D20, just to see what's ahead of you. As you keep on dashing through.
I'm just going to actually keep running.
Yeah, D20. Roll me a D20 just to see what's ahead of you. As you
I
keep on
did
going.
roll a d20. I rolled a d20 thinking it was my turn, but it was the spider's turn.
Oh,
I
okay.
rolled a nat 20.
Very nice. Okay.
And I'm just going to dash forward.
You can dash if you want to keep up with your group, or you can take a hiding spot and you will automatically succeed because you're invisible, meaning that you'll be out of the chase. The choice is yours.
I mean, sorry, what I'm trying to figure out is, even if I dip out at this point, I'm still with the group after the chase, or would I still...
Well, it's up to you what your character will do. I'm just telling you, you can hide and remain undetectable, and you will not be targeted by anything anymore during the chase, so you have no chance of like encountering any other complications until the chase ends, right? And you can catch up with the group, like stalk them as a Gloomstalker would.
Yeah, I'll drop out and just keep up with them, stay with them in case anything goes wrong. If something goes wrong, I'll step in.
Yeah, of course. Just keep in mind what actions you can, but you're stuck in group, you're just not encountering any more complications. We're gonna expedite this chase to Flint. D20, please. 9. Razor vines were already encountered. You go through the same batch of razor vines that Brooke just went through. Go ahead and make me that DC 15 dexterity saving throw, please.
Okay, we need luck, guys. 18.
Nice.
I jump through them.
As you keep running through the razor vine, the tunnels shift. You round a corner and catch up to your group, and you come upon a large open chamber with fields of moss growing along the slick floor. Your sudden arrival spook a herd of these deep growth grazing here. These, I'm going to show you what deep growth will look like in just a second. But before you know it, a lot of you are caught in this stampede of spooked animals. That's going to take place in the following turns toward Eric. But you have an action to take first, if you will. So go for it.
Yeah, I'll dash into the moss and again blink Eric away if he's willing.
Oh. I don't know if it's not showing any image, probably. There we go. Deep growth.
Ivan, you can blend in.
I mean, you do partially blend in with the herd of deep growth. I'm gonna say, Ivan, too, as a druid, now that you witness these animals, you'll be able to shift to them.
Beautiful.
Alrighty then. Anything else on your turn?
No, dash and teleport Eric.
Okay, Eric at this point is pretty confident he has gained enough distance, so don't need to shift you guys across the map. It's just to track distance to see if you guys can hide or not. You've outran your pursuers at this point. You're trying to escape anything else that might come your way. Eric, as you are caught in this stampede, make me a dexterity saving throw, DC 10.
Okay.
Nice.
13.
You have your full action.
I'm gonna look around for a place to hide.
Okay, make me a stealth check. This all grows quiet for a moment. 17. You're pretty confident that in the nuke you found, you can describe whatever place you find in a nearby area.
I imagine that, like, as I'm running and I'm looking around, I find what looks like a really large molehill, just like in the side of the cave, and I'm like, oh, this is a perfect thing to hide in. And I crawl in there, feet first, quickly close the light of my sword, and I'm just hiding in there.
The blade.
Maybe I'll bring maybe I'll pick
demanifests.
up like a large rock with me,
Mhm.
and I'll use the rock to block the entrance, vision the entrance.
I love it how you're being chased by giant spider stuff, and it's like, oh, a hole, perfect. I'll go into a burrow. Nothing dangerous in there. Fair enough.
There's nothing scary in there.
I imagine it's like a foot and a half tall, so it's like really. I'm like laying on my stomach as I'm
Yeah.
hiding in this thing.
No bugs or snakes in there.
All of a sudden, you feel something nibbling at the edge of your toes.
Oh no.
Tablets do anything.
No, I'm just checking her distances. You guys out chased her like hard. The only thing I have is this. 5 or 6, please. As the yeah, she's still charging her web, having just casted very complicated, powerful spells that she has to go through chanting off for full prayer to Loth to get the webbings back, please. Nonetheless, she dashes forth in pursuit. That's about all she can do. Brooke, on your turn, what do you do? You roll me a d20, and then we'll see what you do, actually. Just because you guys keep moving to new areas. Okay, fair enough.
Brooke is going to try and hide again. And other than that, she's going to keep running.
She goes to hide, she lifts up a rock, and Eric is there like, no, my spot.
No. So either way, she keeps moving on. As the herd comes by, she basically kind of just like jumps up and then just kind of like Naruto running from back to back from across the herd. But she keeps going.
Okay. Giant wolf spider is gonna just attempt an attack against Ivan's character. It's rolling it. 19 to hit this time.
It hits.
As it leaps on you, it's gonna be a 6 piercing damage plus 10 poison, and you make me a DC 11 Constitution saving throw. I believe you can. Oh no, you can't see it. I'm whispering myself. Okay.
Okay, sorry, I just lost. Let me check. Constitution, you say, right?
Yes.
+1. +1 or whatever I roll. 12.
Meets and beats. You take a total of 11 damage, 6 piercing plus 5 poison, and the poison does not take full effect.
Yeah, and with that, when it bites, it notices that the flesh is not there anymore. In one of its legs, it's a small lizard. I lose my wild shape.
I'm gonna say because you distracted it by peeling off a little bit of your form, you're gonna stay there nibbling at it for a little while. There it remains. Zuma, you are stealthed. You have advantage on any attack you make at this point if you wish to assault the attacking spider or remain hidden. Going once, going twice. I'm not sure if he's back yet.
Sorry,
No.
yeah, no.
Okay.
Sure, I'll take a shot and then I'll just stay in the shadows, so I'll take with an adventurous shot.
Okay, it's the armor class against spiders is going to be 13. Go ahead and crit.
I am going to do sharpshooter. Not dread emitter. I think crossbow. 21 minus 5 is 16.
Give me that damage. You probably can't one-shot this thing.
15
yeah.
damage.
Oh yeah, that one-shots it. Just pin it to the wall. It's gone.
And then I'll go back into the shadows and keep following.
Sounds excellent. Expedite is forward then. Flint, it's your turn. I'm gonna roll that d20 real quick and see what happens. And see, when I roll it, it works. Panicked by the spider bite, you rush forward and you blunder into a hunter's snare, a trap likely set by the drow. Make a DC 15 dexterity saving throw to avoid it as you last minute spot it and try and like swerve away.
Yes!
Yes, nice. As you graze the edge of a trap, you do trigger the tripwire, but as it goes up, you elk leap out of the way and the net just kind of shoots up empty.
Okay.
Very nice.
Now that I escaped the track of that spider, I see Eric is moving a rock to trap himself inside an obvious dangerous place, and I approach to him and I'm like, no, keep running, man. And you see like the bunch of penguins.
Eric, you just
Expose my
hear.
hiding spot.
Eric,
Don't
you just
expose
hear.
my hiding spot.
Eric just hears fucking elk noises.
No, the elk is gone.
Okay.
It's not there anymore.
Don't expose my hiding spot. Get out of here. Get out.
You see the Chinwingas start throwing like dust at us, like dirt. As I cast Pass Without Trace. I think that's my action, yeah.
Oh, that's good. Can you make a stealth check when you cast a spell, a spot of spell, or? Is it future
No,
ones?
I cannot. I think.
Oh my god, that's really
it,
good.
it like. Yeah, it's any future. Like it's not when.
Pretty sure
I
that's
cast
an
it, but
that's an encounter ender right there. Okay, Eric is hidden, and he's not moving from his spot, so you're fine. Can I just move on with the chase, just to resolve it, or do you want to do anything in
That
return?
apply to Brooke?
Yeah. Does it apply to Brooke? Yeah, it applies to the entire party.
yeah, it's like an area around me, 30 feet around.
Yeah.
Me, so
Eric, you just gonna lie there with the hilt of your sword, hiding. I'm gonna take that as a yes. Okay, so
Yeah.
okay, fuck, Salif is fucked. It all comes down really to Brooke at this point, ruling a stealth check if you want to end this encounter having escaped the Force Scout.
Oh my.
You have plus 10 to your check too, because of the Pass Without a Trace spell.
Oh, perfect. Good to go.
Yeah, like you didn't even
You're
need
on
it.
my own anyway this time.
Good. So just one round before reinforcements, you guys managed to stealth yourselves hiding. You see the scout run past, and a few moments later, she rounds about, manifests herself back into her humanoid form, looks about angry, and takes a knee. And it's at that point that you guys hear somebody else approach this forward scout. From your stealth positions, you can view all this. You see Ilvara Mizram, followed by two others, enters this chamber you're in. Ilvara Mizram and then two others look like so. Let me see if I have their tokens, just in case. You've spent some time in your slave pen, so you would recognize them on sight, for sure, them being your main captors. So one by one, Ilvara Mizram refers to the Sleet Scout as Xalith. Spelled like this. With a scourge in hand, she whips the scout as punishment, having lost the prisoners, and commands to continue pursuit. This right here is Ilvara Mizram. And continuing to pursuit behind you are Shur, her current mate, and Asha, a junior priestess. These are your pursuers, or what remains of them. They continue on forward into the chambers beyond. You give them a few moments in silence before you're sure they're gone. Take it away, guys. You've escaped pursuit.
do you think it's safe now? Roar? And I look at Michiwingas, nodding, like yes, because nobody else had knowledge. Flint.
You guys okay? Like, hello? Duma, you're muted?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was writing notes about everything that had just occurred. My bad. Duma's gonna wait until the entire group has kind of formed together again, and then quite literally out of nowhere from the shadows, even with Flynn and Brooke with dark vision, you have no idea until Duma walks out 15 feet away from you, out of the pure darkness into the light, and he just appears out of nowhere. It almost looks like there was a guardian over top of him, protecting him in the shadows and the darkness. He walks out and he said, "Well, that was a bit of fun, don't you think? Do you really want to go back and see?" They just went forward. We doubled back, we can confuse them.
Burke just looks over at him as she brings up a scratch on her hand to lick it. Just be like, I'm not keen on facing any enemies right now.
Well, don't you still have that health potion?
Yeah?
Well, if you're in dire straits, that might be what we can use to fix you up. I don't think there's. We just woke up. It's not like we can really lay down again and have another long rest right away. I think if we double back quietly, we'll be able to maybe find some gear. But at the same time, they're going to go and think that we're still ahead of them running. If I was them, it would maybe take half an hour until they realize that we ditched them and figure a way out. What do you guys say?
Eric can't see anything where he's hiding, so he's just waiting until he hears what sounds like safety. And as the conversation is going on from like the distance where the wall is, you just hear some scraping as he like pushes the rock that was covering the hole out of the way, and he slowly crawls out and unsheaths his sword to give himself some light and says, "Great, we're all safe. Everyone made it."
It looks like it, yes. Brooke looks a little hurt. Flint, how you doing?
I'm dizzy from all this purpleness, but I feel better now that they just passed through us. And
Do you shake it off?
the purpleness, yes,
Yeah.
I check it off.
You give it a shake like a wet dog, and it just sloughs off you. The magic's dissipating.
Yeah, but yes, it sounds good. Like to double back with the help of nature, we shall be okay.
Duma, you're invisible while in darkness.
Yes, I am. If anybody is relying on dark vision to see me,
Stop.
if anyone is using dark vision or has the capability with it, and they can't see me if I'm in darkness.
That's a really useful skill. Do you think you could backtrack a bit to see if they're actually all gone and if they left the bodies behind? This could be a great opportunity to get ourselves some proper clothes.
I can backtrack, but there's no way for you guys to see me. And there's no way for me to get this word to you in large distance. If you guys follow perhaps 60 feet behind, that'll work. And
Right. I was thinking you go quickly scout while invisible, then just come back and tell us what you see.
I can also actually just, like, I'll shoot an arrow to you, so I don't have to come all the way back. I have a pretty good aim. If one of you guys see an arrow with, I don't know, a piece of fabric on it, that could be my signal.
That's safe.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
So yeah, if you guys stay here safe, I'll be right back.
Okay. You stalk your way through the darkness, backtracking your steps. Now that you have time, carefully maneuvering through all the hazards, you find 4 singed bodies beside 2 large scorch marks on the stone cavern floor. Most of the gear is singed away, but yeah.
Are they in darkness?
Yeah.
Duma will, before going back, Duma will go up and see if there's a longbow there, perhaps, for him to take, and some arrows. Easier to send a signal than with a hand crossbow.
Okay.
Do I just grab one longbow and a handful of arrows, or?
Sure.
Okay. Duma will head back within range where he knew he could hit the spot. He would rip off a piece of cloth and tie it around the arrow, pull back the arrow, and fire, aiming to hit above the stone where they are, so it would just clamber right in front of Flint.
We have been discovered, guys.
That's the signal. Looks like it's safe. Let's go back.
Okay.
You'll see Duma just
As we take a moment, it's 7:30, and Greg just joined us. You guys can take a break. I'm going to do so as well for a quick moment. But as a quick summary, Greg, we have only just now escaped the drop pursuers. The group opted not to fight, but in the pursuit, they've managed to use 2 of those fire beads from the necklace you found last session and downed 4 of Drow. 4 others, the warden among them, have pushed onwards past this place in search of the party.
Oh, okay, awesome. Yeah, apologies, I just got that free nitro for a month that I didn't know the join thing functioned across all servers.
Yeah.
I even checked and I'm like, I don't think. And then I joined and it went off and I had to mute because I was dying.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna say, as we take a quick break, if anybody needs to go to the washroom or anything, if you guys want to spend the day recuperating here, I heard somebody say long rest.
No shot. We're taking a long rest, are we?
No, we can't. We just
you can do whatever
literally
you want.
rested.
Yeah.
Yeah, we literally
Yeah.
like just woke up and we ran for like maybe 30 minutes.
Okay, I thought I heard somebody say rest or something. Okay.
No, just want to loot the bodies. You know, get as many longbow arrows as
Hmm.
possible.
They've been mostly destroyed in the fireball that killed them. The very fact that I'm giving you a longbow with a string that's miraculously survived is an exception by itself. You don't find much else on
Okay.
these bodies.
No arrows. All right. Is there anything that wasn't seared, wasn't damaged, or looks still decent? Like perhaps it's something that might stand out as being special. Unique?
No, not on these bodies.
I'm gonna
Their
inspect
their
the
scout
bodies.
uniforms are no longer serving. They're made from leather, right? Leather just burnt away. No longer being useful.
Sorry
You
about that.
rifle through their pockets. You find some information. Nothing is also information. You found no spell components or anything leading you to believe that these drow are capable of innate magic that does not require such components. But so they wouldn't even have like a material pouch or anything on them. They have.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
inspect the bodies of the 4 of them. Whoever's clothes look the least damaged, Eric is gonna strip them and take those clothes.
Okay.
I'm not gonna. Is this needed to be said? I'm not taking their underwear.
Smart.
Just gonna take the overclothes and I'll put it on like on top of my rags. Use the rags they gave me as my underwear basically for now.
Cool. Should I be realistic or no? Should I describe to you what happens when you try and take somebody's clothes off if they got 4th degree burns all over the body? Or should I just let you have it?
No.
Well, I should just let you have it, I
Oh,
think.
no.
I'm gonna keep
We'll all
I'm gonna
know.
keep your appetites for marshmallows for the rest of your life.
Actually, before I put them on, I'm gonna try and get them cleaned at some point. So for now, just put them in the bag.
That's a good idea. Wanna avoid maggots.
Well, I'm gonna get some water and bathroom. Be right back.
Okay.
Okay.
Megan, are you with us or are you taking a break?
I'm gonna see if the dog needs to go out.
Let's make it went.
I'm gonna get a beer.
Darts, do you want to roll me a survival check? Did you take your surroundings?
Yeah, of course.
This is mostly to see if you can orient yourself around any familiar surroundings, or if you guys are completely lost because they've literally they've ran a random direction. You guys are lost. Can't even place arrow on the map. I guess you'll encounter what you encounter. Time to roll random encounters. 1d8. Cool. So as everybody's sort of come back from break, I'll just start a little bit of downtime roleplay as people are figuring out what they want to do. Starting with Megan's character. During this rare moment of respite, as the party sort of settles and sees to their wounds and whatnot, the myconid sproutling in your midst emits a series of soft melodic chimes reminiscent of a child's laughter. It moves close to Brooke, its sports shimmering with warmth, seeking comfort and companionship in her presence. Brooke, you hear a voice in your head. One of our voices speaks of a world different from ours. It speaks of something called night and of stars. What are stars?
Sorry.
Are they like the glowing lights in Neverlight, or something altogether different?
Brooke moves her hand towards the Myconid and extends it, inviting him to take a seat. Stars are much brighter than the Neverlight, and also unlike the Neverlight, you can never touch them.
You can touch the Neverlight. You can touch home. You can touch it like you can touch me or you.
But you can't touch the stars.
Why not? It asks in the voice of a child.
They are impossibly far away, beyond any of our reaches.
How can you reach it?
No one knows yet, but maybe someday somebody will.
Maybe that somebody is you.
She giggles. You know what? Maybe. Maybe one day I'll get so fast, I'll just run up in the sky and jump up and touch one.
Wow. Seems an odd that it still be the eyes following you, as you can tell, though it lacks much facial expression, that this creature is giving you those puppy dog eyes. Fascination. Sometimes we dream. Sometimes in the dark, I see a little light, like a memory playing hide and seek. Do you ever feel like you're looking for something you forgot, but you can't remember what it is?
She kind of looks around at the room, takes in each of her companions, and takes a moment to remember why she's amongst these companions, yet also still somewhat strangers. And takes a moment to remember her brother. And then she looks back to her little mushroom friend and says, yes, memories are fickle that way. Whenever you want them, or whenever you don't want to remember something bad, it haunts you. And sometimes when you try to remember the good times or sparkling moment, it seems to elude me. What about you? Do you have a memory that you try to cherish and hold on to?
Sometimes when I sleep, memories come back, and we dream. When you shut your eyes tight, you see people from another time, like shadows in the dark. I do, sometimes. What do you think they want us to know, these shadows?
He ponders that a bit. Reaches out a finger to her neck to pat Nibbles as he sits on her shoulder. And she goes, you know, I don't really know. Maybe they're trying to warn us, or maybe maybe they're being little jokesters, trying to play tricks on us. Who knows?
They are a little funny. The mic only continues to hum, seeming musing over thoughts as you continue to talk to it, until eventually it grows quiet, tired, falls, sounds asleep in your lap.
Also, for the record, Brooke did take the healing potion that she had on hand, and it's still bloodied. It's great.
You guys can take this moment to rest if you wish.
Yeah, we can take a short rest.
Okay. Is anybody remaining on watch?
Duma will. He'll just be sitting in the shadows. If there's an area of perch higher up so he can get a better advantage, he'll take that.
Is anybody joining Duma in his perch?
Don't think so.
Okay.
He'll just be in there in darkness.
Fair enough. Go ahead and roll me a perception check. You're peering using your dark sight into the gloom of the dark cave around you.
Perception. Oh, normal.
Yeah. As a penalty to
27.
it, -5, but even with that, 27. About some time passes. The gemstone that is in your position, the glowing gem that started glowing ever since it was infused by a phase risk. Remember the Narbonell shard from many sessions ago?
Mm-hmm.
Is it in your position?
No, it's in dark. I gave it to Dark because he was the one with magic.
Mm-hmm. Darts first then. Darts, during rest, as you do what you will, the gem's still in your position. You can feel it vibrating in your wherever you keep it. You don't have pockets, I don't know where you keep it. In your hat.
Like a phone vibrating. It's calling it.
Yeah, you feel the gem like hum and vibrate in wherever you keep it.
Okay, so I'll probably take it out. Like, let's say it's in my hat on my head.
Yeah, you take it out of your hat, and you see something that, perhaps because you didn't take the time to inspect it before closely, now that it's infused, it has several runes upon it, almost like a clock face, but not, but more runed, more intricate. The clock face has only one hand that points toward the current time of day relative to the plane you're at, it seems, from what you can tell as an artificer. Pointing toward evening, though there is no sun to tell otherwise. Other than that one hand, there are 4 cardinal directions, and as you swivel the stone about, it acts like a compass. So I'll give you guys this handout for the item as you fiddle around with it. Now that you're able to tell direction and time, you, Duma, would, through party knowledge, know that about 40-ish minutes pass before your perception catches something approaching the group. It's skittering like an erratic form, but it's unlike the low-to-the-ground bodies of the wolf spiders that chased you maybe a mere hour ago. This one has a bulbous body atop of it, tall, like 12 feet off the ground. It's slowly skittering toward the lot of you. What do you do?
Duma is going to move over in its direction. From the way it's moving, does it look like it's hunting at all?
Make me a nature check. Or insight. Choose one. Either apply here.
I prefer insight. 12.
With a 12 insight, you're... it doesn't seem like it, no. If spiders are not hunting creatures, they're more like ambush predators. They wait in their webs. They don't tend to travel when they're stalking prey like a tiger would or something like that. This creature, arachnid as it is traversing with intent toward your group. with your 27 minus 5, whatever, perception, you can tell that it is strapped with a harness, a saddle, and several securement strappings, securing a whole bunch of gear, loot, bags to its bodice, giving it that bulbous shape to its body, sort of bulking it up. And there's a rider on top of it. Pale of skin, stout of figure, a white beard, pale, almost glowing amber-like eyes that glow rather in the dark as they peer ahead.
Will look like a Dwergar is riding it.
Yep.
How close is he towards my group compared to me?
Your vision.
Duma's going to skitter back extremely quickly and tap Flint to make sure he's on his shoulder and say, "Get everybody ready, there's somebody coming. I'm going to go see if I can get around behind it before it comes." Then Duma's going to bounce off into the darkness, run up an area, perhaps like stay within like 15 to 20 feet. See if you said taking armaments. Female strider. Duma's gonna see. Is this has he seen this Dwargard before?
Nope.
No. Okay. And Duma's gonna follow next to it the whole way back to camp, just watching to see if it's going to attack. Since he's not acting as if he's aggressive or seeming like he's aggressive. Duma won't pull his arrows out to shoot. He'll just stay near.
A lot of you guys are now aware of this creature. Does anybody wish to do anything before he closes the distance towards you guys?
Rook just takes the Myconid from her lap and puts him on his other shoulder so that he can hide in her hair with.
It remains hibernating and comfortable in your nestle of hair. Hi there. Hello? Surface dwellers, says the dwarfling upon the creature as he sort of pulls on the reins. Aren't you looking all better up? What are you doing this far down?
Then we'll slide off from behind. Walk up to him looking at the strider. We are running for our lives a little bit, but, surviving as best we can.
Right. Well, where are my manners? Name's Hamath of Clan Xundum. Steeda, merchant. Where are you heading off
You're
to?
a merchant?
Am?
We are trying to reach the surface, but any post that is in the way will be welcome. Do you know what is nearby?
Somewhat. You guys lot lost or something? Got a map?
We don't have a map, but we can track directions.
I'll do you one better. See, I got me a map. It's something of a business of mine, cartography and whatnot, exploration. I can point you in the direction of where you guys are headed. Surface-wise, well, there are many exit points here and there. The closest point you'll have is probably some major city nearby where you can find a guide to bring you to the surface. So, like my home, Grekelstuch. You see the gnome among you guys, Bupido, sort of approach, perking up his ears curiously, remaining silent but attentive.
One of our friends mentioned that Loop Bloodop Whoop is nearby.
The Courtois village is where I'm headed.
Aren't we lucky? Would you mind to give us a ride, maybe on that massive spider of yours?
Well, you're heading in the wrong direction, you lot. You're literally heading west. You need to head northeast from here. Here, he gets out a map and sort of shows you your general orientation, as it were. You lot over yonder.
Ah. Do you mind if we follow you along the way to Loop Loop Doop?
Well, I ain't quite headed in a direct way there. Between here and there, you have the Silken Path, over yonder. I have an appointment to keep, a little bit this away, so if you don't mind taking a long detour around, I don't mind the company. Otherwise, I would recommend you cut several days of travel walking through the Silken Paths.
Okay. How much is a map?
Oh, I'm willing to get it off my hands for 100 pieces.
1 gold piece?
100 pieces.
Okay. Eric will give him 1 gold piece.
100 gold pieces, please.
100 gold pieces?
Yes.
What
I
kind
know.
of scam are you running?
Well, why you offend me so? I'm trying to help you. I know the worth of my trade.
What if we have stuff for trade? What do you have for trade?
Me? Take a look around. Gander. He offers you a gander at his stuff. Among his Gracklestooth grade goods, you see the set of blacksmithing tools, a big old anvil like ornamented with like red dragon scales. There's a various bunch of like tinkering tools and thieves tools or whatever would pass for them. A couple potion bottles. One of them has this swirling familiar red substance that you know is a healing potion. The other one has a live mushroom growth sort of floating around in its liquid. There's a keg of gunpowder, several of these like torch-shaped mushroom stalks, water orbs, days worth of provisions.
What about some herbalism kit? I know, like, there's plenty of things to scavenge around here.
I'm not much of a herbalist, more of a tinkerer. But if you're looking for that, you might have luck finding it in Souploop.
Would you take items in trade for what we have? We have some interesting.
What you got?
Um,
1 second, guys. Apparently, whoever's not going to be dog can't wait.
find out that we have.
Okay, I'm back. What's up?
Oh, he's asking Darts if I can detect magic and see if like there's any stuff. So, as we're kind of like having a conversation, I'll do the ritual so that I don't expend a slot. And
Sure, as you begin your
detect
10-minute
magic.
ritual, he just goes like, there's no need for that, friend. I'm not much of a magic item seller, but I am an honest merchant. If you look to see what I have, this is the most magical thing I do. It's called the Whirlstone Special. It's this extract of a mushroom known as bigwig, which is the equivalent, in effect, to a potion of growth. Makes you bigger, gigantic in form. That's the most magical thing he has on hand, other than his, exotic fungi and whatnot, and potion of healing.
That'd be perfect for Flint. We can make you bigger.
I think
Actually-
it's temporary. I think it's temporary. How much are the water orbs?
I'll part with each for 5 gold pieces.
We should definitely get some for today because we haven't had anything to drink today. We all need one.
Yeah. That sounds good.
Do you have an empty barrel?
Suppose I could find one.
How big is a gunpowder can?
Why? Why asking?
I wonder if we
Uh,
could just use that to hold water after we remove the gunpowder from it.
You.
Hold it.
That
That's
would work. I don't know if you need a size for it, but it holds 20 pounds of gunpowder.
Oh wow, 20 pounds of water?
20 pounds of
Yeah.
gunpowder, yeah.
Yeah.
How much would you sell the thieves' tools for?
Standard rate. Thieves' tools. 25 gold pieces is his offering price.
Well, guys, we have enough to get what we want. We should probably definitely get the healing potion. I wouldn't mind getting thieves' tools to allow us to get further when we need.
You can see as you guys
Yep,
are talking,
go for
he's
it.
like eyeing you like with squinted eyes, and he's looking at your slave collars, sort of rubbing his chin.
Duma looks down at him. We were taken while we were from up top camping. We have a right to live like anybody else. That's why I want the thieves' tools. It's nothing nefarious. Just to assist us to not look like something we're not.
Not much of a fan of slaves myself. Never liked the trade. Here, let me help you. He offers to break shackles and collars as long as he gets to keep the good metal for himself.
Ooh,
Mm.
yes, please. Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
Done. Much obliged. He seems very happy to have this metal. Refined metal recycled from Grucklestook is rare to come by for a merchant traveler.
I don't think we
I
had
want-
any shackles left. I think it was just the collars.
You'll take whatever you have.
Just collars.
yeah, and for me, do you have any scale mill size?
Sorry, friend. I don't have any metal work on me at this moment. However, if you're looking for that stuff, I cannot recommend enough the Blade Bazaar of Grucklestook. The Blade Bazaar carries weapons, armor, shields, anything you will want. Top quality, dwarven made stuff.
Any chance you have some pants for any of my male companions here?
Yeah, I got plenty of clothes here. Yeah.
Guys, get some pants.
Mm-hmm. Can I trade, I'm gonna offer to give him the gold sheath that we got for the blacksmith tools, and did we purchase the water orbs already yet, or no?
No.
I'm
We
gonna,
haven't technically purchased anything.
Yeah, we haven't done anything yet.
Mm-hmm.
how much are the blacksmith tools?
It's all written in
Yeah, no, that will buy it. That will buy it. He looks casually toward the sheath of gold you're offering him.
For the blacksmith tools and the powdered and gunpowder, I'll give you this golden sheath.
Deal.
Great.
Okay, he hands you the heavy gunpowder thing and secures the slate of gold like it was a side armor plating for onto his cedar spider mount.
Yep.
There, girl. I know it's heavy, but it's worth it. Well, now I for sure cannot take the webbing paths into silken paths. I'll just collapse straight down. I'll have to take the detour now, but I don't mind. He pets the golden sheath.
Is Gracklestag blacksmith tools like a thing in the compendium, or is that
Just
just
blacksmith
a name?
tools.
It's one of the cities.
Duma will say, I have here a silver chain headdress set with small onyx stone. Would you be okay with giving healing potion and then half off on thieves' tools?
He takes a look at it. How much is it worth? Because he'll be able to tell.
50 gold.
50 gold posts. I'll give you the healing potion for it.
And would you do Thieves' Tools for 15 gold?
Sure.
Perfect.
This is turning to be quite profitable. Where are you lot from?
Your pants.
I'm from the Shadowlands.
Like the afterlife?
In a way, yes. People can see it that way, but yes. I live near the Temple of Memories.
Long way from home. I guess. I don't know how distance works that way.
You're as home as you feel and when you believe in the Matron of Ravens.
So why are you doing all the way down here?
I was here to meet a Dwargar such as yourself who said he had some interesting items for me. Flint and I were traveling down here to actually meet him. And then while on the surface near a cave, we were jumped.
Who are you looking
That's
to?
how we ended up here.
Who are you looking to find?
I don't even...
Remember his name? That's rough.
His name is Dragon. Dragon said he had something I'd be interested in. Something unique. Can't tell you what it is because I haven't been there yet to see him. But he normally only tells me to come when he has something he knows my mistress would want, or.
Can you
something
paste the exact hook in for me, please? I'm trying to find
hook?
it. Yeah.
Oh, the backstory. The reason why Dooma and Flint were actually heading to essentially we're actually headed down to the Underdark to meet on near on the first level of it, Dragon, a Dwargar trader. That was his reason to be in this area.
No, but Underdark. Is this one of the substance bonds I gave you?
No, this is just my backstory.
Okay, this is why I can't find it. Okay, fair enough. Explains it.
Yeah.
You're just making stuff up.
I didn't
Don't know
write the
it.
backstory.
Sorry.
No worries.
I'm sort of into the tinkering smithing business myself. I don't know what this fellow does. Perhaps my wife knows him. Ilsa.
He likes the unique relics and magical items.
Well, us stealers, we go about collecting all sorts of things. But I don't know him. I wish you luck in finding him. I'll ask my wife when I come back home. Maybe she knows anything about him. He mentions an eighth. Gracklestuch.
Okay, he does live there. Okay. If we get back before you do, what's your wife's name?
Huh?
He was asking, like, if we get back, like, to find you if you're not back yet or not. Asking what the wife's name is. So
Ilsa.
They heard. Who?
Ilsa.
Ilsa.
Well, I better keep going. I can't just lumber about. Time's burning. But
We should get the water first before you leave. And he'll just pull 10 gold out, and I'll subtract all of the gold, but pull 10 gold out for 4 water ups for everybody.
Wonderful. I got that appointment to keep, so I best be going. Remember, should you wish to travel to Sloopdeloop, the shortest way would be through the Silken Path, a network of gaping chasms laced with ever-shifting suspended web pathways. Though the trek is perilous, it drastically cuts travel time.
And we'll be fine.
What do you mean by perilous?
Like, dangerous. I don't have a
As
thesaurus
in,
on
like,
hand.
what is the danger? As in, what is...
Well, anything you can come up with. All sorts of fiendish creatures make their den and lair in those parts, but most commonly, giant old mean spiders.
Amazing.
That's it.
No.
Well,
They
have
say
met,
they say a dragon roams around those parts.
You say dragon.
Dragon.
Hmm. Do you know his name or her name or its name? I don't know what they call it.
Well, I don't know what it calls itself, but we call it shalebark.
Surely, he's joking. He's jesting.
I'm not. I mean, you keep asking me more questions, I'll see what else I can remember. I think there was also a beholder.
I don't want his name though.
You don't want me to manifest them into existence? Alright. Well, you lot be safe. Wish you the best. Packing the rest of his stuff and securing them, along with the golden sheath that you no longer now have to lumber it about, he proceeds onwards, traveling to what you can tell is northward.
Real quick, out of character, can we in the RP chat in Discord do more shopping that in character would have happened like at this moment?
What more do you want from him? He has a very limited inventory. I can just handle it now.
How nice are the clothes he has on him? Are they nicer than what I managed to salvage?
The rags he has on him, he'll give for free. Nice clothes will cost you extra. 15 gold pieces a set. Depending what you're looking for.
Where?
Most of them are in Dweger fashion. So dark collars to sort of meld with the Underdark, but
Okay.
finally made.
Regular colors, but like our
Finally made nice clothes for the first time ever.
Like these,
looks- So Eric looks happier than he does when we first got real food.
Sure, you can describe your clothing that you find most of the features they're made from either spider stick cloth laced with a lot of metalwork. A lot of the Dweger fashion uses almost like chainmail laced into the fashion as parts, little parts of it. So if you want to describe how your dark blue indigo clothing looks like, you can, but yeah, you purchase that.
I imagine he picked something that has long sleeves with long pants that are mostly dark blue with maybe hues of silver on it that are made with the metals that are included with the clothing. It's not as fancy as he would have liked, but it's much nicer than anything else he's been able to find or get his hands on so far down here. High collar and yeah.
Nice.
Anyone else want to buy fancy clothes?
Or are you wanting to buy fancy clothes?
Nah, I just want pants.
You got those.
Yeah. That's all Duma wants to do, just simple clothes.
Alright, with that being said, what do you guys do from here?
To a silk road path.
I'll be
And to meet
northward.
Or new pattern. Chailback.
You guys know how travel works. You have a navigator, you can forage, you can do anything else along the way as hours come to pass. What would you like to do? Who does what?
Brooke is definitely gonna forage along the way. In particular, even though we got some water orbs, she's always looking out for more water.
I guess Duma
So
will,
that'll be a foraging check of a nature check.
using the map and the compass together, Duma will
Yeah.
navigate and make sure nothing's going amiss.
Duma, do you want this here compass transferred to me to you?
Sure, I'll take the map and compass. I'm pretty good at figuring things out and guiding us. I'm a scout. It would be terrible at my job if I couldn't do this.
Okay, so handling what
Okay,
Megan
listen.
said there with a total check of how much?
9.
9. You managed to find a single thing in the following 6 to 8 hours of travel that you guys have. a barrel stalk plant, this large cask-shaped fungus that can be tapped with whatever sharp object you have, nozzle, to drain away the fresh water stored within. 7 gallons of water, and once it's empty, this large barrel-like plant yields 9 pounds of food.
Good
We
find.
need water ration for the day is 1 gallon, right?
Per creature, yeah.
I think I'll keep check, like for any dangers. I'm smaller than now. I'm more paranoid.
Sure.
So
Go ahead and roll a perception check.
12.
Okay, I'm assuming, unless you guys mentioned, that you guys are traveling at normal pace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Just remembering who we have with us. The injured folk with you guys will heal throughout travel. Okay. So we know how many mouths we're feeding. Put them like over here. That works. 12 perception check. Okay. Pum, 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 pum. Can you roll me a d8?
Sure. D8. 3.
3. As you guys proceed onwards, about an hour passes, you, Flint, spot a shelf-like fungus that resembles a mass of rotting flesh has grown all along the walls of this maybe 15-foot chamber ahead of you. It sloughs off the walls like melting flesh.
I mean, I'm not a native from the Underdark, so I don't know what's the physics, but is this natural? Like, can I do a check to see if there is any magical to it, or it's just nature taking its course?
It seems magical. Sorry, it seems natural. It seems like
Okay.
a fungus growth of some sort that just looks like sloughing, rotting flesh, oozing slight mucus to it. The mucus either has pooled on the floor, or there's a trail of it leading away to the darkness ahead.
There is a trail.
Mm-hmm. There's a pungent stench of decay that assaults your senses as you look ahead.
Is the trail like of a large creature, or
It
like something
could-
smaller?
It could be. It's big enough for one.
I'll tell Jiduma that he's leading us. Keep an eye out. This stench is giving me a bad feeling.
Alrighty, I'll take a quick eye out now and double check to see where everything is while I go through the map. I'll just keep an eye out for anything that's going on.
You can assist him with a perception check of your own as you peer into darkness ahead and use your senses and your Gloomstalker tracking skills to see
But
what's
I
ahead.
think he's been navigator. So
I am navigator, but I was looking
Oh.
around while navigating.
Well, whoever's
I didn't
navigating
know.
is navigating, right?
Okay,
And because
so I'll be navigating.
you
sorry.
because you are a Gloomstalker, the group essentially isn't rolling anything to get lost along the way. So you guys are trolling your path.
Okay.
All thanks to
So
you.
I'll stay navigating.
Yeah.
And I'll keep an eye on our 6 kind of deal before to make sure nothing's behind us.
Okay. Sounds excellent. Then, as you proceed onwards, Flint, you feel uneasy. Your cold reflexes sending the scales on the back of your spine tingling. The pungent stench of decay assaults your senses, warning you of the presence of something very sinister lurking nearby. And then your heart quickens as you round the corner and behold a creature unlike any you've ever encountered before. Standing before you is a monstrous arthropod, its elongated body undulating, sinuously across the rocky floor like a caterpillar moving. Its slick, chitinous exoskeleton gleams in the dim light, adorned with strange markings that seem to writhe and twist with a life of their own. It crawls on numerous spindly legs that protrude from its side, each ending in a cluster of like these razor-sharp hooks. Oops, that's Hamath.
Yeah, Hammond is a scary guy.
He turns to look at you. He's like, anything to buy or sell? Just this worm person. How terrifying. What do you do? It's you and Duma, because Duma is the leading group.
Like, I freeze for a second. And I grab Duma's leg, back of the leg. And I try to sign to the group to move slowly and see if we can stealth past this creature.
Yeah, Doom was gonna try to look around because Flint grabbed his leg. He try to perceive where this creature is.
Nature check to identify what this creature is. Seems to be a beast of some sort.
Yeah, you can see where it is because I'm checking in its direction.
7.
It looks like a giant, humongous maggot.
And again, from where I am, what is its attention currently? Is it moving towards us, or is it scavenging in the area it's in?
Scavenging the area it's in, seems to be feasting on something on the floor.
Can I see what that is?
Looks like dead flesh of something that passed, not recently. Something that has been laying here for a long time. And it's sort of
so it doesn't look like a humanoid then?
The creature? Or the remains?
The one that's getting the remains.
You can't tell at this point. They've rotted away to just a pile of flesh at this point that it's just lying about.
We can go around it, but Flint, at the same time, it's technically meat and food.
Yes, but what ate it?
Well, I don't know what it's eating, but it looks kind of like a massive cockroach. You ever seen one of those things before up top?
Yes, and they are scary. They are my size.
Now they are.
This creature is not your size or Duma's size. It's quite large. It's like 2 horses back to back.
Yeah.
Let's see what the group wants to do. We can go around it quite easily. We can be very quiet. I can make sure we go around it. We don't know.
Going around.
Yeah, let's just walk around it.
Well, so we're gonna stealth around then. Then we'll guide them quietly through the underbrush and a big like an arc around it.
Okay. At the back of the group, we have our Dampier. Dampier, Greg, do you wish to do anything? You haven't spoken up.
If I hear like them, kind of, would I hear them like talking in the front under hushed tones?
Yeah, you're all in the same group. You're all talking to each other.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So I take obviously the creature and then kind of be like, yeah, it's best that we just try and sneak by. Don't want to disturb whatever the hell it is.
Okay. Not wishing to interact with it, you sneak on back. You guys go ahead and roll me stealth checks. If you're beating its passive perception, that's all it has because it's currently feasting, then you sneak on ahead around it.
Alright. That one, let's go.
That one.
Yeah, that one, let's go.
What's the average there?
15,
I'm contributing
8, 25.
heavily to that average.
9, 8, and then we have 15. You guys successfully sneak on by this encounter entirely, not interacting with it. Proceeding on forward. Alrighty then. You guys...
As we,
yeah, go for it.
As we continue moving forward, Eric is gonna ask Dart if he can take a look at the Smith's tools he just bought.
I suppose I can give him a look. See what you're looking for. The quality of it. Juice.
Well, they have their own name. I'm not used to tools being named. I was just wondering if there was something special about them that maybe you could distinguish.
For a virtual cast, can I cast it while walking, or do we have to stop?
You have to stop, lay out a ritual. Like, what did you care to do when you do a ritual, right? Probably not on the move. Yeah.
True. Yeah. So just for the sake of saving time as we're progressing, I will use a spell slot to do detect magic, and just give it a look-see for Eric.
Yeah, just like last session, Greg, I told you it was magical. Right. I said it was a wondrous, uncommon item. Weak aura of magic, but no specific class. It's just...
Right.
Right.
We had to wait until I had to identify. Oh shoot. Okay, yeah, that threw me off. Yes. Unfortunately, I can't really tell much more than I did before, but hopefully we can get a gem worth its weight in gold, and I can answer more of your questions.
Wait. I'm talking about the Smith's tools that I just bought, like...
Oh, I thought you were talking about a saddle. I'm sorry. I misheard.
Oh, okay, that threw me off, because I was like, wait, what?
I'm sorry.
I was like, what are we talking about last session?
I was like, what?
Well, they're definitely ornamented with genuine dragon scales. Like red dragon scales, not fake ones, that have some lingering magic to them. This is not a wondrous item by itself. Not the anvil, not smith hammer, just very high quality.
Okay.
It's blacksmith tools. Yeah.
Okay, so just really good blacksmith tools.
Right.
How much were the blacksmith's tools?
You guys
I got
bought
them for free with the powder keg. With the keg of gunpowder.
He didn't get them for. He didn't get them for free. He got them for a sheath gold the size of a sarcophagus. But yes.
Yeah.
And you did get the thieves' tools, right?
Yeah, Doom has thieves' tools now.
Very fancy. I love it. Thank you, Darts. Eric says, putting the tools away in his bag.
My pleasure. We'll go back to behind us now with detect magic active for however brief of a period.
Your detect magic spell lingers and then detects an intense aura ahead as you and your group enter a tunnel network dimly illuminated by a seemingly sourceless glow. You hear Jimjo say, "Ooh, Fezrus on the air. Them's old magics. I bet you 5 gold pieces that something happens if you cast a spell around these parts."
I'm kind of like, make a 10, you got a deal.
Alright.
Okay. Like, Ginger is like, oh, I'm rich now.
I kind of walk away from the party for a moment, just in case. And they're kind of, I'll just do like a cantrip, like magic stone on a pebble in my hand.
Ooh. I love wild magic. Let's go. Roll me the 100. As you toss a stone and the Fezrus reacts violently around you. The 100.
18.
Ooh.
18.
The lower the worse, is it not?
It's being really low or being really high is dangerous.
Darts. Son of Strahd. You a marble-faced, handsome vampire. You grow a long beard made of feathers that remains until you sneeze, at which point feathers explode out of your face. For now, you have a beard of feathers.
Yay.
Ginger
Are they
just goes
Or are they black and white like darts?
rainbow.
Rainbow.
Oh no.
He's got rainbow feathers.
I walk up to Ginger, pay up.
Pay up. Nice. He pays you 10 gold pieces that, again, he manifests seemingly out of just sleight of hand nowhere. Just a movement of his hand, and there it is, 10 gold. Like some freaking leprechaun.
I regret nothing.
Cool. As the party marches onwards for the rest of their trek until your legs give out, you can force march if you wish, or you can keep going till you're tired. Greg, I'll have you draw a rainbow feathered beard on your character.
Okay, well, let's go.
Because whatever you draw, I'm gonna make your token. So.
Make it good, man.
Oh no. Oh, no pressure.
Do you guys wish to push march or keep going till you guys are tired and you set up camp?
Let's force march just a little bit, I think. Try
Okay.
getting a little ahead.
I
Okay.
vote no. Duma says yes. Rest of the boys.
Just see how we do off the first. Wow. The first trek. If we can't do it, then we'll rest.
I think it's
you are
fine for us to force march a little bit, but not too
Not-
much.
You are the navigator, but
That's
my
supposed to be
legs.
rainbow colored.
But you can always just jump on someone's back. You're pretty tiny now. Eric's pretty strong. Do you want a piggyback ride?
Why not? I'll
Eric, do you
grab
mind?
legs, like. No, not even. I'll hug his leg. I'm like standing on his feet. Like he will kick me out if he wants, but that's what I'm attempting.
If you guys are carrying each other, you're gonna be rolling that Constitution save with disadvantage. That's just an extra load you guys are putting on yourselves.
No.
Dark, what
Eric's
do you
super
say?
duper strong.
Get off of me, I'm already getting tired.
I am participating in this.
Dark,
Can
do you
you?
want to rest or do you want to force march?
I see one of the chihuingas and I say, "Can you believe this?" After we did for him.
Yeah, we're gonna force march. Like, what are you guys doing? Like, on each other and like hopping or something? What was
Climbing
I
up my
hearing?
leg.
Me with my rainbow beard is like, you guys are acting like
Is that- Does that literally stay there until he sneezes? I mean, it could be like a month
Always.
before the next time he sneezes. It could be...
Whenever he chooses to get rid of it, essentially. He's like, worth it. Taste the rainbow.
He just starts sticking like random mushrooms into his nose, trying to make himself sneeze.
Okay, if you guys are force marching, then you guys decided, I'm gonna go ahead and roll Constitution saving throws for the fugitives traveling with you, one by one here, to see who suffers exhaustion, who doesn't.
Okay. Yeah, I say I have short legs and I was kicked out of my ride.
And Brooke is fresh off resurrection. She's like barely, not really keeping up here.
Soldier's strength makes Duma able to keep walking.
Nice.
Fresh out of resurrection, took lots of damage during our sequence to run away. Brooke's barely hanging on.
Eldef and Shushar are still recovering from the injury suffered from the drought chase, so they suffer exhaustion, and so does Jimjar. I bet you anything we can use a rest.
We'll take a rest.
Yeah, after one force march, we'll take a rest.
Okay,
Anytime.
sounds good.
anytime we get a chance to force march, we should try to do it to try getting a little bit of extra space. Give us breathing room.
Well, if we're gonna be setting up camp now, Flint, do you think you can cook up some of this meat before it goes bad? I think this will probably be our last day with it.
Sure. Put it there.
Slavery never ends. Jesus, Greg.
Do you like my monstrosity?
Yep.
It's art.
It's art.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Or
take
like that
There-
thing
2 minutes to
the
make that
last-
Uninu icon.
In the area that we are camping for the long rest, is there anything that looks like wood or bones, somewhere that are nice and long that can maybe be makeshift made into arrows?
Unfortunately, no.
So we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we're 10. 10 in our traveling party.
Yeah.
10. So 10 pounds, and then she goes to Darts and it's like, Darts, I know you have a spell that uses wasted food. I don't know if this meat, she kind of has like 15 pounds of uncooked meat left. I don't know how much longer this is gonna last. If it spoils, do you want it?
Could I cook?
We still
Yeah,
have 50 pounds of uncooked meat after dinner.
Yeah,
That's
because of
pretty
the
good.
worm.
We used 10 here, so.
That's a lot.
Damn.
From the scraps that I already have, though, I think I'm good on that department. I don't need an excessive amount to cast this one particular spell.
Although I suppose we could try to cook up all of it, and maybe that'll make the rest of it last another day. Maybe. What do you guys think?
I said we might as well try cooking it, see if it lasts any longer.
So we cook it all up, eat 10, and now I have 15 pounds of cooked meat.
Cook it, like, very well done.
Burke has 7 gallons of water. There's 10 of us. Did anybody else forage or just have any other? We have, what, 4 water orbs?
Yeah. So we have 11 gallons for one day. We're good for another day on water.
Nice.
Well, it's a gallon each, right?
And there's 10 of us, so it'd be 11 gallons in total.
So we have 11 gallons in total, so we just, while we rest, we drink up, so we're down to 1.
Yep.
So, do you want to keep one of the water orbs, or do you want me to keep one of mine?
Water
I'll keep one of-
orbs expire, if I remember correctly.
Sorry?
The water orbs expire after a day, if I remember correctly.
You'll be
So
happy
better
to
drink
learn that
those.
water does not expire.
It doesn't.
I'll
Does
hold on to
water
mine.
have an expiry date?
I know water doesn't, but I thought the water orbs, they like lost the water or something. And after a day, they kind of just became flaky.
Like the
sand,
foodie
but I
stuff,
remember
yeah,
this.
yeah. Yeah, like the flesh, yeah. Like peeling
Does
a
it or
fruit
not?
and... No, yeah, it does expire. I thought you were talking about the water.
Water tea.
Yeah, no, not the water itself, but the water orbs. They won't hold water for longer than a day, so better to drink those when we get
Yeah.
them.
Okay, yeah. So we'll use all the water orbs, and I'll keep a liter of the water that I found.
Yeah.
Well, I still have 4 water orbs, so
So keep 4 more gallons then.
Okay, we'll do.
I run out of money.
Water is heavy.
Yeah.
Well, having to carry a
So I
gallon
have
for
5.
each person.
So I have 5 gallons of water. Good. So we took care of our rations for the day. Burke is just gonna settle down by the whatever fire we made to cook the meat and just kind of snuggle in with
What do you guys burn? Your
Isn't Flint just
old
casting a
clothes.
spell and making? Isn't
Oh,
Flint
is
just
that-
making fire appear out of nowhere or some shit? What's this?
Well, that's what I'm asking.
I'm a joke to you guys. Yeah, this is okay. Yeah, I use like produce flame to keep the fire alive.
Every 10 minutes.
Every 10.
Flint
Every
does.
10 minutes, like
Every 10 minutes, Flint does a magic trick.
Yeah.
So sorry to be pedantic, but it is a survival campaign. I'm asking, what do you guys burn? I understand he's using precipitation to light something on fire. What is he lighting? What's your
So
fuel?
he's
No,
casting
he
produce
could-
flame.
I can keep like a flame alive for 10 minutes, like no, without burning anything.
Produced flame in your hand is a sad but viable source of campfire. Just stand there like a torch in the middle of a group, like a bonfire, if anything. Just a little barrel in between a lot of you guys, keeping warm in what is night here in the Underdark. Okay, can I push till morning past long rest at this point?
Duma
Okay.
would stay up for his shift, but he would sleep the first 4 hours.
Long rest.
Okay, sounds good. Your night is uneventful as you guys complete a long rest.
Oof, nice. No exhaustion then.
And exhaustion goes down by 1. And my other thingy,
Mm-hmm.
my resurrection goes to -2. Yay.
Keep in mind that if you're wearing any armor, you're not sleeping in it. That's just something to take forward in campaign whenever you take rests, and if something happens giving morning. Nonetheless, I'm gonna flip time forward a little bit here. Hours to come to pass. Still half asleep, you hear Jimjar's voice as he yawns and says, "I bet today is gonna be a good day." Then you are roused awake by a soft rumble that echoes throughout these long, twisting caverns. You feel refreshed, but the tremor beneath your feet sets you on edge. Then, suddenly, a loud thud resounds as something gargantuan erupts from the stone floor a few feet away from your group's camp. Its thick, worm-like body thrusts upwards from the floor, its flesh purple, deep purple, and into the cavern ceiling it goes, digging into deep and tunneling on through. Chaos breaks loose as a cascade of crumbling rocks tumbles from the ceiling, sending dust and stone crushing down all around you in a rockfall. Each of you, please make me 3 DC 12 dexterity saving throws. Did not
Sounds excessive, but
sounds excessive. That's what you wake up to.
roll 20 is lagging for me.
I had to restart it. I did that over the past 10 minutes where, I think their service restart or something like that. But I'll wait.
Yeah, I see you guys are rolling dex saves.
Put a
like
bad
3
one in
times
there.
each.
Yeah, I failed 2, but I got nat 20 my second one.
No problem. Each party member must
Take one.
attempt 3 DC
First
12
plus.
dexterity saving throws, taking... I'm gonna just roll the damage here real quick. I like random numbers.
You have to roll 2 more, Eric.
10 for the
Oh, it
first
makes 3
instance,
saving
11, yes, I said
Yeah.
it twice. Yes, 3 saves. Failing the first, you take 10. Failing the second, you take 11. Failing the third, you take 12. Bludgeoning damage from the falling rock debris, as that's what you guys awake
Oh
to.
my god, what?
Oh.
What?
3 nat
What?
20s in a row.
Nice. Very nice.
Gosh.
God damn.
What are even the chances of
You're
that?
not gonna roll any more nat 20s for the next,
Yeah,
like,
all your luck.
Oh my god. The next, 20 sessions, yeah, I've used up all my luck in this moment. What even are the chances of that?
Oh no. Flynn just crashed. That's 22 damage to our poor little Flynn.
I'm down.
23
Mm-hmm.
damage to little Flynn.
to answer your question, the chances of that happening just now are 0.0025
Holy shit.
times 100
That
is
is
the
big.
actual percentage of that. If you're curious, I'm just doing this because I'm a math nerd. So 0.25% chance. Congrats. So who you took damage? Who's down?
Flint is down.
Okay,
Right,
a lot of
I'm
you guys rise stupid by the dust and the ringing in your ears, and you can't find Flint. He's buried beneath the rubble, incapacitated, not being able to move as he is buried beneath the rubble. You take 1d6 at the beginning of at the end of each of your turns as we roll initiative as people will attempt to dig you out.
Okay.
You guys will look at
Nothing more to roll.
Duma, and he's bloodied. You just see blood over the front of his mask right now, as if he got smacked really hard in the back, top of the head.
Oh yeah, Duma took a shit ton of damage too. Damn. Cause Duma, you took 22, right?
Yeah, I'm down to 12.
You're down to 12?
I used up
Yeah.
all my luck, I'm telling you guys.
Oh my god. That token
We have
looks like
tokens
looks
somewhere?
like trash. Here you go. From a distance, just absolute garbage. Just confetti face.
It looks. It's exactly. It's perfect.
He just looks even more like a horror character.
Darts.
Yes.
Just do there you go. I have tokens now. Yeah.
I'll just roll it again and change it to a 3.
Yep.
What?
Oh, initiative.
Why are you guys
Adding
in
2 hits.
initiative twice? Is anybody else seeing that?
Who?
It's because we didn't have tokens before. That's
So
why.
it didn't catch.
It didn't add to the turn order.
Okay, Duma, did you roll 25 or 19?
25.
Flint, did you roll 17 or 15?
15.
Eric, you rolled 13. Brooke, you rolled 7 or 4?
7.
7.
Oh, it's
Dark-
taking our initiatives from last time.
Yeah, I guess it didn't lead from last time. Okay, so luckily, Duma, you go before Flint takes his damage from the crush. How do you attempt to help him?
Duma is just going to grab him, take his hand, grab him by the scruff of the neck, and just haul him, and just try to throw him on the other side to get him out of there, the way.
Okay, strength check. Athletics.
Athletics. I would rather take athletics. 11.
The rocks are proving too much for you to carry alone, even with your strength.
Dismal.
Can I see a part of his limb? A limb or anything?
No, he's buried.
Oh, he's buried. I don't have any. Eric, get over here. Flint's right here, right below me. We gotta get the rocks off of him now.
I was rolling so much dodging these falling rocks that I'm a bit slow to actually like get up and run over them.
Jeez.
Unfortunately.
That's the end of my turn. That's all I have.
Eric.
Okay, Flint. What do you do on your turn? You're buried beneath the rocks.
I'm unconscious, so can I do anything?
You're incapacitated. You should not move out of the area with around rubble, taking additional. Ooh, yeah, no, you roll death saves. Oh
Yeah,
no!
yeah, exactly.
I just realized how terrible this encounter is. Oh no, not a third one in 2 weeks. Okay, it's fine. Just roll death save. We'll see.
It's only
Okay.
You suffer, yeah. So you suffer 1 success on your death save, and then you suffer 1 fail from taking damage. So it's a ticking clock. Okay.
On my turn, I take damage. That's
Yeah,
what
at
you're
the end
saying.
of your turn, you take 1d6 bludgeoning damage, as it says there, which is a failed death saving throw. That's why I realized that you're okay. Oh, that's brutal.
Eric
Yeah.
was supposed to go before Flint. He rolled a 22 on his initiative. For some reason, he's not in the count.
I asked if
no,
he.
no, no, no.
Yeah.
I first rolled a 3, but the tokens weren't there, so I didn't get added to turn order. And I re-rolled, then just changed my thing to 3.
So you rolled a 3, my friend. You don't get advantage on your initiative. Whatever. We're already here. I'm moving on. 13.
He's not in the turn order.
He is for me.
He doesn't
Eric,
go up.
Eric, it's your turn. What would you like to do?
So it's my turn. Brooke is gonna go and try and.
Eric, what would you like to do? He rolled a 13. Brooke rolled a 7.
I'm just
Right.
gonna roll with it.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna. Eric, seeing the emergency of Flint having been buried and like he's not responding to people calling out to him. There's no shuffling or screaming underneath the rock. Eric is gonna grow to be like 20 feet tall, and
What?
then with his large body, he's gonna start grabbing these rocks and just shoveling out like handfuls of rock as he uses giant might. Makes himself large for 1 minute.
DM is surprised. I didn't see that in your background. That's cool. I guess you'll explain that to the party, and the in awe, even Prince Darendil with his hulking body is an absolute shock at this revelation. Okay, roll it.
Advantage.
I wanna see those nat 20s, okay, Lorian?
I wasted them. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No
You
nat
take-
ones.
Taking your time to roll there. 14.
14.
You begin to scrape away at rubble. You can describe your own action.
Yeah, I'm just I'm picking up the rubble in like fistfuls as I'm sort of like tossing them to the side and trying to dig them out just with my dig out Flint with just my bare hands as fast as possible. What is the size of the large creatures anyway?
It's large. Like
In like feet. I just said 20 feet.
they
'cause I wasn't actually sure how to
they
describe
occupy
it.
10 by 10 feet of zone of control in combat, but their height can be
Okay.
anywhere in that range. There are actual numbers I can look up later. But anyways, okay. So if that's the end of your turn, you're just flinging rocks aside. We have then Brooke with an initiative of 7.16
Perfect.
decimal
Brooke,
points.
once she takes a look around, she kind of took a little knock to the head. You see some blood trailing down from a scratch on her brow, and she looks around and she can't find Flynn. And she sees this enormous creature grow in front of her and realizes it's Eric. She sees him shoveling, and she's like, "Shit!" and just joins in. Athletic? Is it just? It's athletics. Okay.
It depends what you're doing. It's athletics if you're lifting rocks, yeah. Oof. It's a cascade of rubble. It proves too heavy. I don't want to lose a third character in a week, but it is what dice rule. Darts.
By now, is he visible or no? He's still under there.
No sign of him yet. Yeah. Still a big old pile of rubble where he stood.
I'll help with the athletics. You said.
If it is to just lift rocks, it all depends what you're trying to do. You have a whole character sheet to work with. So if you just want to lift rocks, it's athletics, yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just looking at and seeing if I have options.
I used a gunpowder keg
Yeah, no.
and
but-
deliver a swift end to our kobold.
Yeah. A horrible, horrible experience. 17.
17, right. You assist Brooke and Eric as that is 2 successes, and you begin to see, yes, an arm, a clawed, bruised arm.
Beautiful.
End of turn?
I have my bonus action, right?
Yeah.
we did a long rest, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my Eldritch Cannon summon as my bonus action, and then I'm going to use Ruby Ruin protect kind of deal. So grant him temporary hit points. I'm not too sure if that will prevent.
There's a very nice video called Crappy Guide to D&D that features this exact scenario. If a creature is dying, putting temporary hit points on them is kind of like putting a vest on somebody who's bleeding out.
So it wouldn't help.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's the only thing I can do, unfortunately, because I can't cast Cure Wounds as a bonus action, sadly.
Go, friend. Stay with us, says Darendil as he dashes forth and just like in a rage becomes an animal and begins to just fling rocks alongside the giant Eric, Brooke, and everybody here. Darendil will attempt a check of his own. Athletics +5, let's go. My man.
Nice.
Good, because you had one more turn before dying.
No, he wouldn't have died.
No? You want to roll the dice and Jim just said I bet he would have died. Nice.
I feel
Duma just looks down and smiles and looks down at what you call it, Flint's body, reaches out, takes his little paw in his hand. Remembered when it used to be a little bit bigger, and then everybody would see a purple glow of magic around Duma's palm, and he's going to be casting Cure Wounds on Flint.
Casting what?
Cure Wounds.
Nice.
I didn't like it. They caught up to us.
No, it's the opposite. I'm implying that this rockfall is an impediment to the path. It blocks the way back, meaning that if anybody's in your pursuit, they'll have to go around. The levels go down. Yeah. Black is the filled in ones. Yeah.
Black is bad, white's good, right?
Yeah. What? Well, if it's full, then something bad happens. Essentially, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I just realized since we were all clustered together too. Congratulations, everyone has 9 temporary HP.
Mazel tov.
Mazel tov, yeah.
What does it look like when
We have
you?
9 temp HP from what?
Yeah, because you didn't.
Yeah, I switched up my Ruby Ruin for the day to protect her, and I got granting temporary HP to everyone within 10 feet.
So you see the half vampire amongst get out a fucking gun, pointed at you, and be like, "Trust me," and just fires at each of the party members as they're trying to get the fucking kobold out.
Hey, shoot at yourself first. Shoot at yourself first.
Yeah, just pull it to my head and be like, Persona.
Look,
Not
I'm
in the
not
face.
shooting you. This is gonna heal you. It's a medicine shot, okay?
Yeah. You
Kobold,
guys are
you
gonna run up to me and be like, "Quick, shoot me in the face!"
Kobold, you wake up, ears ringing, eyes bloodshot, your body aching all over, and it's just a giant Eric looming above you.
I'm having this dream again. No.
Hey, yo.
Wait, what? Oh, God.
Eric, you have to talk with a deep voice. Come on, immerse me. Hey, yo.
Hey, yo.
You sound like...
No, just the
That was
same.
great. That
Was
great.
the same.
You sound like that part in Spider-Man where he goes like, hey. Like, you know, like...
Hey. The shoulder touch.
Yeah. Works every time. Ah, good stuff. Yay, did not lose a character. That could have been really bad. I didn't realize you're just taking damage automatically every turn. That's horrible. If you roll natural 1 then take damage, you're just dead after 1 turn.
You probably didn't expect a rock fall to actually just knock someone unconscious.
You did it. You guys level 3.
Oh, you never know.
I mean, if Duma failed his last save, he would have been knocked unconscious.
Yeah,
Would
it's
have literally been a perfect
it's
hit.
a deadly trap.
If any of us failed all 3, I don't think any of us would live.
Yeah,
It was
it's a
33
deadly
damage
trap.
total.
Whew. Not a trap. It was just a creature passing by. A purple worm just burst out of the ground, passed by. 10 feet away from you guys. You know, in Lethal Company, the worm, it just leaped out like maybe 10 feet away from you guys, and you dodged death. That could have been you.
Oh.
There's now a huge, like, gaping, like, half collapsed tunnel from where it sort of leaped from, and then the ceiling just sort of collapsed into the rockfall, into that chasm. The way back is sealed, but the way forth is not. As the gnawing hunger sets in, you guys want to continue, or do you want to call it session?
I'm gonna ask to call session. I had a really intense day at work and I'm exhausted.
Okay.
I can agree on that.
We'll call session S in these Phasers caves. According to your map, you have made huge progress from Valken Valve. You are more than halfway through to Sloop Dupe. And if your companion, Hamath, is to be believed, you are on the very, very edge of the Silken Path. A vast network of chasms with these ever-shifting strands of web that act as highways throughout the Underdark, if you will, leading to all sorts of places. Stoop to Loop being one of them. Okay, we'll pick up from here next session.
No, that was a close one.
Yep.
This was a fun session.
Definitely
One thing after
different.
the other today.
The chasing was interesting. We managed to get some clothes. Well, I got clothes. I don't know about you
You
guys.
got fancy clothes. Look at you go, sir.
Doom is still rocking the female pants, whatever it is.
Female pants.
Flint is rocking his scales. He is proud of his small body.
He's just like,
I'm gonna die the way I was born. Naked.
Brooke's there. She'd rather be in some kind of like basic like white things, and she's just there in her like dominatrix outfit. Like,
Oh, I forgot you took the clothes from the priest. Yeah.
every now and again, you kind of just see her like trying to like pull her hair over, like trying to keep some form of modesty. She's like. Well, that was an awesome session. Thank you everybody for making sure nobody died. That was.
Yeah.
It's just been one session after the other. Just like someone's always either like rolling death saves, died. Like this is so intense.
Well, this is-
Hilarious.
We did such a good job during that chase scene. Like I feel like everybody was making use of their new abilities really well. Except for me, I was just running. Thank you guys for carrying me.
Yeah. You didn't suffer many impediments, and that boost of speed really helped you outrun the initial wave of scouts, and you were not caught by Ilvar and the rest of her party, so that was really in your favor.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you guys for a great session. We'll see you next time. Night night.
See ya.
You know,
Watching. Just checking. Tom, I didn't ask you. Are we doing rest casting?
I'm never in favor of it, but I won't stop you if that's how you have fun.
Okay, no, it's okay.
Cheers.
Just asking.
Like what?
What did you ask for?
It's okay. You can do it because you're pretty much reserving an entire spell slot, even at lower levels. You're reserving an entire spell slot just to save it for next day, so you're not using the day prior. So it's all the same, you know.
Yeah, it will be like good berries. That's it. But it can make like an army of 60 good berries, something.
Yeah, that's
So
fine.
It's meaningful.
That's fine.
I cannot wait for the day that Flink can cast 60 good berries.
Next level.
All
yeah.
the good berries.
That's fine. Like if your solution to the survival campaign is to just like Goodberry, then that's fine. It just tells me that the forging mechanic and everything is just not working to add fun to the game, so we want to avoid it altogether. Plenty of other things in this module that are not just forging for stuff. It's just that Goodberry just serves as sustenance, whereas forging for stuff you might find something exotic that has properties to it. Like you found Tongue of Madness, you might find other food that has buffs to it or something. Maybe like a mushroom that gives you like heroism or whatever. Things like that. Whereas Goodberry is just we survive, we don't die from starvation, so that's fine by me.
I don't know, but I don't see good berries as surviving from starvation at the moment. It's like surviving a rock falling on my head.
Right.
But yeah, okay.
Sounds
No
good to
one
me.
expects the rock.
Yeah, I didn't account for rock.
It's whatever I roll, man. It's random.
Oh. I'm gonna go make dinner for myself, so have a good night, boys.
Okay, anybody else has any other questions about the session? Anything from your notes before I shut it down? Just want to get things on recording.
Not on my side.
Okay.
Well,
Everyone
I'm
else
keen
already
to
left.
see. Yeah, I'm keen to see how you say that you are a giant, Lorian. Or a giant.
I
Magic.
took at level 3. I took the Rune Knight Fighter subclass. I felt like I was debating between this and Echo Knight, and I felt like Rune Knight fit him better because of how much time he spent. He was forced to study growing up.
Do you speak giant?
Okay.
And whereas the Echo Knight is it's like the description of it was like a Kryn warrior. I was like, I don't know how to fit this into my backstory.
You talked to your dungeon master, but I suppose it's too late now. Do you speak giant?
Yeah.
Okay. Good to know. This is all information to DM, so all things I prepare. Like I asked people, all my players, whenever you work toward level up, is well, first of all, it's a role play game. Trying to fit into role playing that you're working towards something. That'll be nice. But also let me know the way I know how to prepare future stuff for you. And like if I know that a certain encounter is relevant to you, I'll be able to like shape it specifically so your character is relevant at the moment, rather than just being generic. But good to know. Rune Knights are fun.
Sorry about that.
I'll survive. Just surprise me is all.
He has he knows a bunch of languages because I took the
Scholar
Prodigy
feat or whatever. Yeah, probably.
as my level as level 1. It just like fit in with his backstory of like how he spent he was basically forced to spend so much to like do all of these studies and learn different things growing up. And
they wanted for you to be a wizard.
I thought that Rune Knight sort of I thought Rune Knight sort of fit into it because it doesn't require actually being related like to giants. It's it's sort of like the knowledge of like the runes that they used and how you can use those to empower them yourselves. And I was like, we can sort of fit that in with the backstory I've already written.
Yeah.
Say that this is like something that he studied. But maybe only just recently.
I'm sure the next giant you're gonna meet is gonna be an interesting encounter. Where did you learn our secrets? From book. They have books on us.
What do you mean next? Wait, what do you mean next giant? What do you mean?
What do you mean? What I mean? What I meant? What I said?
There are books.
So, there are books on our clan secrets. You didn't have a lifelong mentor. As for like Echo Knight, I mean, like I'm playing Echo Knight in a Skyrim campaign right now. It has nothing to do with the Kryn Dynasty. It just talk to your DM, make it work.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
I'll keep that in mind for next time. I know you like it when we pick things that sort of like for feats and stuff. I know you like it when we pick things that sort of fit in with like our characters, either backstory, like what we're doing.
Do you like it?
And so, yeah, I like it. I did like both subclasses. I was just choosing between the two, and when I remembered like the backstory thing, I was like, oh, this is perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Echo Knights
For
are
a
fun.
second during the chase scene, when I got restrained, I was like, oh man, the Echo Knight's teleportation would have been amazing right now. But then Flint teleported me. I was like, oh great, we're perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, I like this subclass a lot. Like, it doesn't do a lot of damage, but druids do plenty. The teleport is crazy strong.
Do you think Drow get dental? She has great teeth.
Who?
Do I think who get dental?
Xalith.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I mean, she is a woman. I imagine she gets like preferential treatment amongst their society. Maybe they give
I love it.
all like
I
their
love it how
female
uncomfortable
warriors
you
have all
get
these
talking about it.
benefits.
You're absolutely right. I just love it how uncomfortable we get saying all that. You're like, there's no PC with Drows.
I imagine their society has something where it's like, if a woman goes into like their military or like some kind of magic academy or some shit, it's like you get all of these benefits and all these like resources to help you out. Whereas if men, it's like if you're not good at anything else, you just get conscripted.
So because of Drow society's sort of power structure and station, dogma of station, most females become either contesting to become a matron mother, which is like a head of a house, a breeding mother, or a servant priestess of Lolth. So they have like academies for priestesses. Soldiers and the like are mostly male. Drones.
Gotcha.
Like in a beehive, there's always a queen and her soldiers. And if you're a reigning matron mother, you have like Drow sisters in almost like a circle of priests around you that act as your guards or whatnot, or serve. Of course, they have female scouts and all that. It's exceptions here and there. But as you saw, like you guys just trashed like four males, and it's like nothing to them. They've served their purpose. They're not even gonna grieve. Not even gonna retrieve their bodies. Yeah. Station, man. It's fucked.
Yeah, I thought like, oh, well, at least equipment. I was against like.
If you guys
retrieving
didn't use something as destructive as a fireball, that would have maybe been like something survive. But I have to be a little bit, balance issue. I'm a firm believer of like rewarding effort. So if you're being delicate and you're knocking out creatures, right, you get almost all the loot they ever had, because all you do is like knock them out without damaging anything, right? You didn't use like bolts to pierce their armor. You didn't use swords to slash at their armor. You just choked them out or whatever, if you're using like a one-hit wonder, like all their HP off. You did it. You did what you wanted. You wanted to be super destructive. You destroyed everything. But that's not to say I'm not without being a giving god, because I mean, like,
the longbow.
I said, yeah, longbow. I said the army did not have bows. I said that in chat like 4 times, but he kept repeating it. So I was like, you know what? I'm not dying on this hill. I'll give him one longbow. It doesn't change anything, so it's fine.
I was thinking that when they were attacking us with short bows, if I remembered correctly.
Doesn't matter.
I didn't say anything. I was like, let Tom, you always say, let me DM.
Yeah, let me DM. It's fine. If he wants it, he wants it. It's fine. I will put my foot down if it really matters. If it's something small like a longbow or short bow, it really doesn't. It's the difference of a few gold pieces that you guys have thousands of now, and I'm not gonna try and convince somebody that, hey, I'm doing hand crossbows because immersion wise that's all they had in the armory. If you tell me I don't care, I want longbow, I'm gonna say I don't care, I'm gonna give them whatever gear I want now. So I'm not gonna be limiting myself to the armor for no reason. If you're not gonna care about immersion, now I'm gonna give magic items to these guys to use against you or something. I don't know. Not to sound petty, but like if my players don't care, then why should I?
I still can't believe the triple crits that I got in a row. That was insane.
That's why in my humble campaign, I ask people to roll real dice because A, it's funner, and B, I'm testing something out. Because no, nothing is random. Computer science-wise, you can't make a random number generator that's truly random. And I bet you anything that Roll20's number generator is flawed. Not to say that you can get 2 natural 20s in a row. You absolutely can. It's just that if you click the same function twice, there's a high chance you're gonna get the same number twice because it's the same instance processing. So. But I'm gonna pretend like that's not the case. Whatever, you got 3 crits. Congrats.
In my sheet though, I do have in the settings, I have the query toggled. So every time I click anything, it asks me if I'm making a normal roll, advantageous roll, or disadvantage roll.
Then cool. You got 2 natural 20s in a row. Yeah.
There is like a few second break in between each roll that I make.
Right.
Just from like roll 20 lagging and stuff like that.
I'm gonna say something that you guys can use for any campaign that has a decent DM. If you have a magic item, identify is not the only way you can identify a magic item. You don't have to wait till you have a pearl or a. What if your party doesn't have a spellcaster body? You can't ever have magic items? No. What I recommend as adventurers is experiment with an item. If you have a saddle, use it and see what it does. I'm serious. Like if you have a sword, swing it and see what it does. You know, worst case scenario, you have an asshole DM who trapped the item and exposing your hands. Right?
Yeah. And just imagine like trying the saddle like on any of the party members.
Like if I get a shield and I'm like, ooh, it has a magical aura to it, but I can't identify it, I'm gonna be like, okay, throw something at me. I'm gonna try and blocking and see what happens. It's great when you can experiment with things.
Yeah. But well, guys, have a good night. I'll go for lunch.
Yep.
Take care.
Night.
See ya.